Hey guys, how's it going? I'm setting up the room real quick and then we can get started. Get this going over here. Let's get for this. All right, I think this is the one that's running right now. We had some technical difficulties on the previous video, guys, so I had to restart the stream. So I think we're good though. So let me send out this link real quick. Looks like we have a pending sell right now for US 30. And we'll see how this plays out right now. I'm sending out this link. Good for the most part. Let me go ahead and send this out to social media real quick, guys, and then we can get started. Post this on the Facebook real quick. Hey, morning, Kendra. Morning, Peter. Morning, Sip, and morning, Uzman. Morning, Kurt. No problem, Kurt. Definitely. I'm glad to help you guys out. Hopefully, you guys locked in those profits from last night. You know, I called 2 trades yesterday. Both hit full TP. One second, guys. Let me just post this up real quick to the rest of our groups, and then we can get started. So I do have a pending sell right now for US 30. I mean, if this closes, we're probably not going to take it just yet. It's just too heavy of a candle, and it's the manipulated, opening candle, obviously. So we're going to wait for that. But we'll see how this plays out. I mean, everything else looks pretty fine. Euro NZD hasn't filled yet. GCAD is currently in profit. It's about to hit TP1 right here. You can see my profit right there. I'm 40 bucks in profit. My GN right here. I accidentally closed it in profit already. So it hit TP1. I accidentally closed it. So I currently just have this open. I have my Euro NZD right here pending. I'll probably set that shortly. But let me just finish sending out these links real quick so we can make sure everyone's aware of the live trading room. So if you guys haven't already, if you guys can do us a favor and just like the stream and subscribe to the YouTube channel, that way we can continue growing this channel, and I can continue to keep coming on here every morning to give you guys free advice, free everything, pretty much, literally just continue to grow the channel, because obviously this takes a lot of time out of my day. I go live for you guys like 5 hours a day, and I could be doing, other things. But yeah, I don't mind coming on here to help you guys out. So if you guys could just like the stream and subscribe to the YouTube channel to help grow the channel, that'll definitely help. And I'll continue to keep coming on here and giving you guys, free trades basically. Damn, this is a huge drop right here for US 30, actually, 1,000 pips. I mean, it would qualify as an entry because this closed below this buy over here, but I personally wouldn't want to take it because it could easily, swing right back up. So I'm not going to take this trade, but we're going to keep watching it. We got 3 minutes left on this candle. I think that's it. So let me go ahead and send this to the, I think the last place to send it is the Instagram, and then we can get started with any questions. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and I can analyze anything you guys want me to, or if there's anything specific that you guys have to ask, feel free to put any questions. I can answer any trading questions, anything about anything really. But let me post this on the Instagram real quick. Copy the link. Post this. I gotta find a way to stream this on the Instagram live, because I'm really just trying to continue to grow the community, guys. I do all this stuff for free, and I'm literally just trying to grow the community so I can help more people. Let me see if I can find this here. And people always ask me like, why do I do this? Like, why am I wasting my time helping you guys? It's because, when I first started trading, I couldn't afford a mentor. I couldn't afford any course. So I learned everything on my own. So I figured I might as well just pass it down, basically pass down the knowledge that I learned trading on my own. So that's why I created this community, this free trading community, and why I answer questions every day. Cause I never had this help when I was trading. And it probably could have sped up my learning process. Cause I've been trading for about 10 years, guys. I wasn't profitable until maybe like 3 or 4 years in. And then I wasn't really profitable until maybe like 2 or 3 years back. So that's why K2 was created. That's why I'm here giving you guys free advice. I mean, it's funny. It's funny when you get like, you find something good and then you have to question it, right? Everyone always questions like, why do I even help you guys? And it's just me passing down the knowledge because I wanted this help when I was learning. But all right, let me go ahead and check a look at the chat real quick. See who's here. Morning City, morning Vicar, morning Trell, morning Indra, morning Wave, morning Greg, morning Indra, morning Billy, morning Hope, morning Flynn, morning John, morning Karen, morning Tune, morning Marisabel, morning Emma, morning Jade, morning Larishna, morning Lisa, morning Tommy. Tommy's asking, just join the premium. How do I get the indicator? So Tommy, if you signed up for the strategy subscription, you should have got an email, and on the welcome page, it also gave directions how to get the indicators. So check your email. It has information there. So guys, just looking at US 30 right here, thankfully it didn't close with that signal. So if this closes with the signal, we'll be taking this short position right here for about 1,500 pips. So I got this lined up right here. I have my position pending. We have about 9 minutes left on this candle. So if this does close, we'll take it. I'll count down for you guys to take it if you guys aren't in the premium. If you guys are in the premium, you guys will get the signal, obviously. And yeah, I think that's it. If you guys send me some messages on Telegram, I have like a bunch of messages that I haven't gotten to right here. You can see I have like 10 messages down here, and I have like 60 emails that I haven't gotten to yet, guys. So if you guys send me an email or message me on Telegram for a personal message and I haven't responded to you, don't worry, guys. I'll get back to you eventually. Obviously the live stream is the priority right now. So I'm not necessarily going to be looking at any messages unless they're really time sensitive. So just keep that in mind. If you guys send me a message and I haven't responded to you guys yet, I will get to you guys eventually, probably after this stream. Let me go ahead and take a look at everything else over here. But yeah, Tommy, check your email or check the welcome page. It would have directions there how to get the indicators if you signed up to these strategies. Morning, Vincent. Morning, Josh. Morning, David. Morning, Short Scene. Just check USD one time. Okay, so Short Scene, I'm going to add you to the list. Short Scene, USD CHF, 5-minute time frame. Let's see. Morning, Forex Trader. Morning, all mass profit this week so far. Thanks, Shawn. Yeah, definitely Forex Trader. If you guys took all my trades this week, you guys should be pretty deep in profit because we hit straight TPs all this week already. Let me see what else we got over here and see if there's anything else. All right, easy. What's up, Shawn? It's Xavier. Oh, Xavier, hey, I was gonna roll. Took a gold sell right before it dropped, but it was off my lot size by a decimal, so I didn't profit what I was supposed to. Dang. I hate when that happens, Xavier. So we'll take a look at gold as well. Yeah, I know that happened before where instead of putting like a standard lot, I ended up putting like a mini lot. I'm like, damn, I barely made any profit. GCAD hit TP1 right here, guys. So you guys can see my screen. We got TP1 for GCAD, 17 pips. My profit's right there, 53 bucks in profit. You guys can see I took it on my live account as well. And I sent you guys my profits this morning as well, right? You guys have seen it. You guys have seen my profits this morning. So on the GCHF, I made about 200 bucks in my sleep. And then I woke up to full TPs for our US 30 yesterday that carried on to today. About 2,400 on that account, and then another 2,300 on this account. So these are my two FTMO accounts. My third account was giving me a payout. So unfortunately I wasn't able to share it with you guys. I think I do have a picture here of my thing I was showing you guys yesterday. If I could find it here. Yeah, so I took a withdrawal yesterday, or like my payout for FTMO. They paid me about 3,500. So this was like pending yesterday, so I couldn't take it on my third account, unfortunately. But it's all good because I locked in these, and I have also got my payout right here to my bank already. So I'm pretty much good to go with that. For this new trade, I'll be taking the US 30 on all three accounts, so it should be good. And then we'll see how that plays out, guys. So if you guys are still wondering about FTMO, yeah, it is legit. Obviously, I get paid out every month, so just keep that in mind. Everyone's always asking me if FTMO is legit or not. I mean, the only people that complain about FTMO are people that can't trade or can't pass FTMO, because it's really possible if you guys actually do it properly. So let me see if there's anything else that's going on over here. Emma said Telegram links after you sign up. Victor said, Shawn, for US 30, how many pips do you add to the stop loss to cater for the spread? So it depends on your broker, Victor. Obviously the spread here is about 300 pips or 30 pips, I guess, depending on your broker. You would just add that to it. So maybe you just add a couple hundred pips, 100 or 200 pips to cover the spread. But each broker is different. Like for FTMO, they have a very tight spread. I'm not sure which broker you're using. So depending on your broker, that's how much you'll, that's pretty much what makes you determine, what your spread would be. So let me see if there's anything else here before I get started. Victor said, or no, Xavier said, still not used to calculating lot sizes on gold and indices versus Forex pairs. Yeah, definitely, Xavier. It's totally different. So, it's a learning process. You'll figure it out eventually as you go. Kurt mentioned, what made you so good? Practice, bro. Lots and lots of practice. Hamizan said US 30 is about to go down now. So I think it's going to come down too. I'm just waiting for that sell signal. Once we do get the sell signal, it'll be great. And we can take that trade. Short Scene said, thank you so much for this effort you're making for new traders, for beginners. This really helps. Yeah, definitely, Short Scene. I'm here to help all you guys. Morning, Shal. Morning, Mosima. See if there's anything else here before we continue. Morning, Brian. Morning, Kel. So Kel said 67% of people are short on US 30. Yeah, that's why you see these spikes up right here, Kel, right? They're spiking it up because there's so many people like chasing this hype right here. So they're going to spike it up, stop people out, and then dump it right back down. So it's not going to be a smooth move down, guys. Obviously, if it's going to move down, it's going to bounce around. It's going to come down. It's going to spike up to stop people out, and then it's going to come down. And that's why our stop loss is pretty wide. A lot of people always ask me, why do I have a 1-to-1 risk? And, simple answer to that question is that it works, and you don't want to get stopped down in these fake outs right here. So, I've been trading for a while, so I understand how the market moves. And there's a reason why my stop loss is this wide. It's not this wide because I expect to lose. It's this wide because I'm not trying to get kicked out of this manipulation move right here where it gets spiked around. So let me see if there's anything else over here as well. Hamizan said, morning, Shawn. I saw GU right now, high, low, maybe next low. Let me check that real quick. So I'll add you to the list, Hamizan. Hamizan wants GBP USD. I'll take a look at that to see what's good with that trade. I see Xavier said, Shawn, do you look at IG client sentiment? Yes, I do. So Xavier, I look at that usually at the end. So after I analyze a trade and I already have an entry set up, I look at the IG sentiment to determine, where traders are trading. Because obviously you don't want to trade where everyone else is trading, because majority of people fail at trading. You want to do the opposite, because the institutions and market makers generally trade the opposite of, retail traders. So, I mean, you can trade like a retail trader, but just don't trade with them. That's there's a huge difference between that. A lot of people say, oh, don't trade like a retail trader. The thing is, you can trade however you want to trade. Just don't trade with the pack, because majority of people fail, and odds are stacked against people who are trading all together. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But definitely, I do look at IG sentiment at the end of my analysis. Lisa said, hey, Shawn, did you get the Profit Blue wrap on the Tesla yet? Not yet, Lisa. So I actually dropped off my car yesterday. The reason for that was because I was supposed to get it at the end of last year, but I wanted the actual owner of the shop to do my car for me, because chrome wrap is like it's really hard. It's like one of the hardest wraps to do. So I wanted the owner to do it, because I'm like, dude, I'm paying you so much to wrap my car. Like, I definitely do not want you guys to like fuck it up. So that's why I had the actual owner do it for me. If you guys aren't familiar with the wrap that I'm getting on my Tesla Model X, I'm getting this Profit Blue wrap. Profit Blue Chrome wrap actually. So let me see if I can find a picture of an example of what I'm getting so you guys can see what to expect. Yeah, I'm getting it in this color right here. So this is the color I'm getting my Tesla Model X wrapped in. So you guys will probably see it by next week. I'll have pictures by next week. I think it's going to take about a week because I'm getting the Profit Blue Chrome wrap and I'm also getting the Chrome Delete and I'm also getting my wheels powder coated. So I'm getting a lot of work done on my Tesla this whole week by the owner of the shop. So I just want to make sure that the job's done right. I'll have pictures for you guys by next week. And obviously the reason why I chose Profit Blue is because look at my profits, guys. Nothing but blue, right? So it only made sense for me to get that color. So you guys will see it in about, in about a couple days or maybe towards the end of the week. Hopefully by Sunday, I'll be able to show you guys the color of my new Tesla. Let's see if there's anything else here to check before I continue going. Mosima said, Shawn, can you please check odd CHF? So yeah, so Mosima, odd CHF. Let's see what else we got here. Xavier said, I personally think US 30 is long because it's hitting a previous level of support and resistance, and there are more retail short positions on IG sentiment. So yeah, so if this closes right here, Xavier, see this false sell, we're going to look for a buy. So it's closing right here. Perfect. So now we're looking for a buy, guys. We're no longer looking for a sell because this signal right here was an invalid sell. So now the next signal is going to be a buy. If you guys are familiar with how the strategy works, we basically look for the first entry after market open. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog scratching in the background. So I leave him outside my office, but that's what I let him inside. Oh, he scratches on the carpet. But anyway, so the market opens here at 6:30. And then we're looking for the first valid signal after market opens. So right here was an invalid signal. Next, we're going to be looking for a valid buy signal. So that does fall with your analysis, Xavier, and that's pretty much what we're going to be looking for now. Victor mentioned for FTMO. I think the spread for FTMO is about 100 pips or less. So you could just add 100 to both sides. Kasim, morning, Kasim. Flynn said, Shawn is to US 30 what LeBron is to basketball. Man, that's the goal right there, bro. I mean, we just got to keep winning this. Let me see if there's anything else here before I get started with these questions. Byron said, morning, how you, when? Doing good, Byron. When you have a chance, can you take a look at gold, please? Yeah, so I have gold on the list right here, Byron. It's actually the second on the list. So I'm going to look for that for Byron and Xavier. Let's see if there's anything else to look at over here. Yeah, so Xavier said 71% of people are short on US 30. Damn, okay. So I probably wouldn't want to take a short position on that. Let me look it up real quick. IG sentiment US 30. If a lot of people are hopping into sells for US 30, it's probably not going to be where we want to be trading. Yeah, it's increasing as we go because people are starting to follow this hype. They're seeing this dump right here and they're trying to enter the trade. But I think what's going to happen here is it's probably going to dump a little bit and then it's going to spike up all of a sudden to pretty much kick everyone out of this trade. So we'll keep an eye on it, but we're not going to enter the trade just yet. Let me see if there's anything else here before we continue. So let's see. Hey David, how's it going, bro? Ron, Mexico. Looks like you're back at work. Morning, Mark from South Africa. Nice. Velocity said, "Damn, those 2GB pairs move quick." Yeah, they did, bro. So yeah, this is currently in profit. GCAD. GN is about to hit TP2 right here. Our EN over here hasn't filled yet. If it reaches too high, we're just going to cancel it. It hasn't filled yet. It's a sell stop. We might just cancel it soon because it doesn't look like it's really, going to come back down. We'll leave it up for a few more minutes to see if it actually drops. If not, we're just going to cancel our pending order. Let me see if there's anything else here before we continue on. Flynn said blue chrome wrap. Wow, exactly. Peter said, man, get rid of the Tesla and get a chrome blue Aventador. I mean, that's the plan, bro. I entered this contest for an Aventador and a person in the neighboring city actually won it. So I was kind of pissed. If you guys were in the session yesterday, I was so close to getting that Aventador now. I was so pissed. Let me see if I can find it. I think I had the picture here somewhere. Yeah, I was super close to getting this Aventador in this contest, and then all of a sudden Some guy that's not even around here ended up getting it. Like he's like out of the country, and then he ended up getting the car. So I was kind of pissed, but whatever. Let's go ahead and buy my own freaking event store. I don't need to win no contest. Yeah, I don't have the picture on my computer anymore. I deleted them. Well, let me continue going on through here. Merceball said, hey, there's news. Who is speaking today? Let me check. Merceball, I didn't really see anything. Well, the ECB president spoke. Oh no, he's done already. So there was GBP news in the morning. It was MPC member Broadbent spoke, and that already happened like 4 or 5 hours ago. So it's not something that's really important right now. We're probably not going to look at it. So you guys can see exactly it's playing out like I mentioned earlier, right, guys? For US 30, I said there's so many people short, so they're going to be spiking people out. So you can see these huge wicks right here. Whoever's entering these sells right here are getting kicked out of the trade. Look at that, damn. So, look at that, it's going to swing bullish right now. It just shot up like about 500 pips like in a few seconds. So this is why we oh, Merciful, okay, you meant WHO, the World Health Organization. I mean, they speak every month. It's it's regarding COVID. I don't think it's something that's really going to affect the market unless it's something very specific. Let's see. I mean, it's probably with regard to the vaccinations, because Biden said he was going to push out like massive vaccines for people. But I don't see any news here regarding the WHO. And it's not really relevant to us, unless it's something serious, like super serious. The WHO speaks almost every day, if not every month, like for their general, month overview. But I don't really see anything on the news, more specifically, Merciful. So I'm not sure where you saw that. It's probably not anything very important because it's not being shown on any of the financial pages. Let me see if there's anything else here before I continue on with it. Let's see. Billy said, I thought with the new strategy, as long as the signal came below the previous buy, we would create a sell stop versus a sell execution. So for this right here, yeah, we would have, but it hasn't dropped below there yet, Billy. Price would have to come below here to fill it. So even if we did put a sell stop there, it wouldn't have filled, and it's swinging back up. So the thing with this right here is if it doesn't fill, and then we end up getting a buy signal like we anticipate right here, there's a buy signal that follows it and then closes above this point right here, then we would take the buy. So price would have to come down here. So this is, I think this is where the confusion is. So Billy's mentioning the new strategy that I've introduced, where if price closes below, a certain area on open, we would put a sell stop right here. But price, I don't think price is going to come down. You can see price came close to it, but it swung back up. But if the buy signal ends up closing above here, if this crosses above and then we have a buy signal above here, we're going to take that buy instead of the sell. So hopefully that clears that up for you, Billy. I'm still going to be watching this, but I'm like actively watching it right now to see if it comes down, which I don't think it's going to come down just yet. Morning Vishnu, morning Nibras. Nibras says, Shawn, look at the daily chart, please. So I'll take a look at the daily chart real quick, see what's, yeah, so on the daily chart here, I mean, it's clearly bullish, right? It's still going straight up. So I don't really see any difference here. I mean, it's having a slight pullback right now in the 10-minute, but I don't think it's going to push down that far. That's why we're waiting for this this buy signal to appear right here so we can take that buy instead. Dominic's asking where your key levels at for US 30, Shawn. So Dominic, we don't really have key levels for US 30. I mean, the main key level would be the all-time high. Like these other levels right here don't really matter because price can easily break right through them. So I would probably draw the key levels on the 1 hour, which would be, let me see what the rectangle tool was. So the key levels would probably be right here. Right here, but I'm not really looking at these because the thing with US 30, if you understand how US 30 moves, it doesn't respect these levels at all. It usually, like during the New York session, it breaks right through them. If there's momentum in the market and something's pushing it, it'll just break right through it. So we don't really pay attention to these levels for US 30, but you can see here that, obviously it came up, came down, and then let me see how far does it drop from here. So if it doesn't break below here, it could still drop maybe 400 pips, but these are pretty much the key levels here. You can see it produced some sort of fake out, right? Price came down below, it closed below it, but then it swung right back up. But you can see that this is a strong support level where it's been testing for a while. I mean, the main key level would be the high, obviously the all-time high, and this would be the next level up, because you can see it faked out right here as well, right? Price broke up and it came straight back down. Same situation over here. Price was attempting to break here. It did a fake out right here. It probably lured a lot of people into the sell because it broke this key level. But you know, like I mentioned, we don't follow these key levels here because price can break right through them at any time during New York session because the volatility is really high. So this is this is pretty much what we're looking for right here. If this buy signal closes above here, we're going to take that buy entry. Kind of similar to what happened right here, right? Price came up, had the sell signal, broke the structure right here, and then took that to full TP. So this is pretty much what I see happening here. It's basically the same pattern. It's just on the opposite end. So this is a fake out up towards top and then swung back down. This is a fake out towards bottom and then it's swinging back up because a lot of people are short right now. So obviously, you know, we want to go the opposite of everyone else. So we'll see how this plays out. I mean, if it closes, it closes. If not, we'll just keep watching it because there's really no there's no direction that's been like set just yet. So let me see if there's any other questions before we continue moving on forward. Ebros said looks bullish. Yeah, definitely looks bullish overall for sure. Well, Cody's here, little dog. All right, let me see what else is here. Ricardo said, can you analyze the reason for entering Euro NZD? So I'll look at Euro NZD over here as well for Ricardo. You guys can see that there's a lot of fake outs going on right here, right? There's a fake out that came down and then another invalid signal above here, which is another fake out as well. So, I mean, you guys can easily tell that US 30 is just moving kind of weird today, right? It's all over the place. It's going up, it's going down, because I think what's happening here is it's trying to lure more people in. So what happens here is it's trying to drop a little more, because if you look at this from an obvious standpoint, it established a high here, it established a low right here, and then it's probably establishing a higher low right here, right? So what's happening here is they're trying to lure more sellers in. They want to fill this whole the whole sentiment up, because the sentiment is at 71%. So they just want to keep luring sellers into here, and then when you least expect it, it's going to spike all the way up, right? That's usually what happens. They just want to pack it up so that they have more people to take money from. So we're not going to fall for those stupid traps. You know, obviously we know what we're looking at. We trade this every single day. So we see the same pattern set up, especially during a high manipulated week. This week is highly manipulated because they're trying to impeach Trump. You know, if you guys forgot about that happening this week, they're pushing for Trump's impeachment. Plus, you know, Biden is trying to provide like rapid release of the vaccine. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world behind the scenes that a lot of people aren't really paying attention to, which, you know, obviously will create manipulation in the market. So right here, you can see that market is just moving crazy. Let's see how much it's ranged since market opened. So market opened right here, and it's already moved. Let's see. It's already moved nearly 1,200 pips, 1,200, 300, 1,300 pips. So it's moved a lot since the market has opened. And we're not going to get caught in any of these little fake outs. We're going to wait for the signal. Once the signal appears, then we'll take the trade. But until then, it's probably going to keep bouncing back and forth to lure in some more sellers. So we'll see what else is going on over here. For the questions, let's see. Xavier said, damn, I wish I took this trade at the support level. IG sentiment is a powerful tool. Yeah, definitely, Xavier. Kurt said, what's the first thing you look at when you're thinking to make a trade for US 30? I mean, it's the same thing every day, Kurt. If you saw the, I'll go over the strategy later. Again, I went over it yesterday, but for the new people here, I know obviously some people don't understand how the strategy works. I'll show you guys like what we look for when you trade US 30. We do the same thing every single day. It's been super profitable all last year, and we're just running it back again this year because it obviously works. And it locks in a ton of profits for us. So I'll go over that strategy shortly. And then I'll start off with the questions. So Flynn's asking, typical US 30 faking out retail traders. Lucky for us, we got the K2 indicators and strategy to avoid fake outs. Yeah, definitely, Flynn. You know, it makes a huge difference when you actually know how to trade the asset and you're not just following like, you know, these little hype moves over here. That's basically spiking price up and down, kicking retail traders out of the trade. Morning, Varun. John said, anyone looking for someone to monitor and execute signals from K2, I'm free. All right, cool. So before I get started with these questions, because I have one from a short team, he wants me to take a look at USDCHF. Xavier and Byron want me to take a look at gold. Hamizan wants me to take a look at GBP USD. And Mosima wants me to take a look at AUD-CHF. And lastly, Ricardo wants me to take a look at Euro NZD. So before I look at those Forex pairs, I'm going to, wow, okay, check this out. GCAD's about to hit TP2 right here. I'm in profit nearly $100 on this one. GN over here is about to hit TP2 as well for 32 pips. So all of our positions look good, guys. We're pretty deep in profit overall. It's just looking good. It's looking good. It's flawless. So before I start with that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, or I'm going to show the new people here, the US 30 strategy before we get started, because I don't want to get started and then people want to ask, you know, why are we taking this US 30 trade in the middle of my analysis? So let me just go ahead and pull up US 30 real quick on the 10-minute. And if you guys have been here before, you guys already know how this works. It's super simple, or I already have it already lined up. So here, I'll just do this right here. I'm just gonna delete this, and I'll just show you guys, you know, exactly what I went over yesterday, because there's no need for us to really go and redraw everything, obviously, because I already did this yesterday. I gave the same explanation yesterday. I think you might have missed it, Kurt, if you weren't here yesterday. So basically, right here, this is the K2 US 30 strategy. This is what we look for every morning. We look for entries after the New York Stock Exchange open at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is when the New York Stock Exchange opens, my time. We're going to look for the first valid K2 signal, and then we're going to enter on the open of the falling candle. And we're going to set our stop loss and TP at 1500 pips, which is the sweet spot for this specific asset. So looking at US 30 right here, this is 6:30 a.m. We're going to look for the first valid signal following this this time. So right here, obviously there's no signal. Let's move forward right here. It's waiting for that buy signal. There we go. So we have a buy signal right here. And just you know, just going from obvious analysis right here, you know, a normal trader wouldn't take a buy here, right? Why would you take a buy here when price is just dropping like a waterfall, right? So price is pretty much waterfalling at this point. A normal trader would not take a buy right here, right? But like Flynn said, we have the K2 indicators and the strategy that I've developed to prevent us from getting caught in these fake outs. Obviously, a normal person would enter a sell right here, right? But not us. We're going to take a buy because we're following the strategy that I created here. We're looking for entries after the New York Stock Exchange open, which is 6:30 a.m. And then we're going to take the first valid signal right here. So we have the setup right here. We're going to let it run. And what do you know? Full TP with little to no drawdown. Actually, no drawdown at all. So that's Monday right there. Full TP, 1500 pips. We'll do the next one again over here for the next day. So that's Monday. Here is Tuesday over here. So let me move this down here. All right, so here's Tuesday right here, 6:30 a.m., right? 6:30 a.m. right here. We're going to look for the first valid K2 signal. Right here is an invalid signal because it's a sell signal with a green bullish candle. In order for it to be valid, it's got to be a red candle within it. Or if it's a buy signal, it's got to have a green candle within it. So we're going to ignore this, wait for the next one. All right, right here, we have a valid buy signal. So the first requirement's met. We look for entries after 6:30. The second requirement, we found the first valid K2 signal. We enter on the open of the falling candle. Long position right there. 1500 pips. We let it run. And what do you know? Full TP. Nothing new. Same thing every single day. So we got full TP again right there. Tuesday, full TP. On to the next one over here. Let me check this to make sure I'm not missing the trade. Okay, cool. So back over here. Same situation. Looking for the first valid signal right here. We're waiting for the new day to start. So 6:30 a.m. is right here. You know, I have it marked up already. 6:30 a.m. New York Stock Exchange is open, right? We're going to look for the first valid signal. This is a first valid signal right here. It's a buy signal with a green bullish candle within it. So at that point, we'll enter a long position right here. Same thing every single day, 1,500 pips. Let it run. What do you know? Full TP. Nothing new, guys. Same exact thing every single day. If you guys follow me, you know, I trade live every day. You guys have seen that I took all these trades live. We all made a ton of profits off this. You know, if you guys are new here, you know, welcome to the party, guys. We're going to continue to do this every single day. So if you guys haven't already, you know, just like the stream, and I'll continue to keep doing this for you guys every day. Keep making profit together. Otherwise, you know, I'll probably just keep this to the premium members. But if you guys continue to grow the channel, I'll continue to come on here for free and give you guys these trades for free, basically. So right here, same situation, 6:30 a.m. Look for the first valid signal. Right there. Long position right there. 1,500 pips, same thing, different day. Let it run. And what do you know? Full TP. So you guys can see, you guys get the gist of it, right? It's super simple. Same strategy every single day, nothing new. Literally just rinse and repeat. I mean, it's hard to get this wrong. If you guys get this wrong, I don't know how much easier I can make it for you guys. But this is basically what we're looking for right now. So this is a strategy we apply. Same situation over here. 6:30 was right here. It's an invalid signal. We're waiting for the valid signal right here. So if this signal right here closes with the buy signal, we'll take a buy entry right there, make some money. Everyone's happy. We're good. And then looking at our other positions over here, we're all deep in profit. GC, GN, EN over here is still pending. It's not filled yet. And that's pretty much it, guys. So if you guys want access to the K2 indicators, they're available to you. Just go on our website, k2trades.com right here. Click on K2 Trading Strategy, and you'll have access to these K2 indicators. You'll also have access to the strategy videos, and you'll have access to a one-on-one mentorship with me. So if you guys want to learn how to do this on your own, you know, I'm here and I'm available, but you guys will just need to have an active subscription with K2 for me to mentor you. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, I think that's about it, guys. So let me check the chat out real quick, and then we will get started with our analysis over here. Let me check the listing again real quick and see what we have listed over here. We have USD CHF for short scene. We have gold for Xavier and Byron. We have GBP USD for Hamizan. We have AUD CHF for Mosima, and we have Euro NZD for Ricardo. So we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs to look at. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the chat. You know, otherwise we'll get started with these analyses here. And we also have 8 minutes left on this candle right here. So I'll make sure to keep looking at US 30 in case we need to take this entry. What I'm going to do right now is I'm also going to reset my my signal because I don't want to have to do it last minute, you know, while I'm like analyzing something. All right, so we're good right there. I got that signal preset right there. If this ends up closing in the next 8 minutes, I'll call the signal. If not, we'll wait for the next signal. So let me continue on with this over here, and we'll see what's going on with these analyses. So, oh, nice. Jaime's here, man. Jaime, my barber is here, bro. So if you guys need a haircut in Orange County, my barber's in the chat right here. You guys can see my hair. Kurt said, when you say first valid signal, what do you mean? Let me see if you guys have already answered his order. Do you get what we mean, Kurt? I mean, I think a couple people have answered your question there. I'm not sure if you get it. I mean, it's pretty simple. For it to be valid, it has to be green and green. If it's a buy signal, it has to be a green candle. If it's a sell signal, it has to have a red candle. If it's opposite, like right here, it's a red signal but a green candle, it's invalid. Vice versa, if we have a red signal, green candle, invalid, red signal, green candle, invalid. If it's a green signal with a red candle inside, it's invalid as well. So in order for it to be valid, it just has to match red and red, green and green. That's going to indicate that it's valid or if it's invalid. So it's pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty common sense. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys. So let me go ahead and take a look at these pairs, and let me look through the chat real quick, see if there's anything else going on. Before we get started, Flynn said, "Hey Siri, play. Hey Siri, play. All I do is win, 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 no matter what." Exactly. Oh, I forgot to let you guys know yesterday when we hit those TP. We actually hit like 3 TPs today. So, I think we forgot to hit this for our 3 TPs over here, guys. So we hit 3 TPs this morning. We hit TP for GN right here, TP 116 pips. We hit TP over here for GBP CHF. We hit TP for UK 100 and for US 30. One thing I didn't post yet. All right, so I got to do that real quick. Let me just post this real quick, guys. Is the profits for GBP CAD. So it was about 17 pips, I believe. Let me just take a screenshot of this real quick and post it up. I think we forgot to post this a little while ago. So let me get this over here, 17.0. I just got to give you guys updates because we got people in the group that complain when we hit TP. We got people in the group that complain when we hit full TP. So I got to make sure that I keep you guys updated because people are always like, "Oh, you didn't call that TP." I mean, bro, do I need to call it TP? It's it hit if you took the trade, but I don't mind it. So there we go with that. Send that out. Send this out to the free group as well. So if you guys are in the free group and you guys are wondering why the signals come late, it's because obviously the premium members get them first, right? If you want to have access to the premium and have everything real time, then obviously you have to pay the premium. It's not like like people paying the premium for a specific reason. It's not necessarily to sorry guys, I'm looking at this real quick. I think we had a question here. Yeah, the premium is it's a premium for a reason. It's not necessarily everything's free. I mean, obviously I'm here to give you guys free advice, free everything. You guys can copy my trades live if you guys want to for free. But if if you want to join the premium, you guys can sign up to that and you'll get all my trades real time here. So I think that's about it for there. I thought I saw a question here earlier, but I don't see it anymore. I do see, where's the YouTube link for the day? Premium chat. Yeah, I'm not sure if someone messaged me or emailed me, but okay, gotcha. Sorry, I just got an email here. Let me respond to this real quick, and then I'll continue on with my analyses over here. I just need to grant someone access to the K2 indicators that's just signed up. What did we hit? Did we hit something? Oh, I thought we hit some TP. Oh, US 30. Okay, sorry. Yeah, I thought we hit TP on that. So Arthur, if you're in this live stream right now, I'm granting your access to the K2 indicators right now. So if you are here, which you might be, you have access to the K2 indicators now on TradingView. Just go under indicators. It'll be under invite only scripts, and then you should be good to go. I just saw your email right now. I just wanted to grant your access before we continued on with the live session. So there we go. We're good with that. Here's that buy signal still pending. So before I analyze anything new, guys, I'm going to wait for the signal to close because we have 2 minutes left on it. I just don't want to be rushing to take this trade if that's the case, if it ends up closing, because I don't want to analyze something and then we miss this trade. We have about 2 minutes left. Let me just email Arthur back, or Arthus. Sorry, Arthur. I mean Arthus. I called you Arthur, but your name is Arthus. Invite. All right, so we got a couple minutes left on here. We got under 2 minutes left on this candle. I'm just gonna wait for it to close before we move forward, guys, because we want to Wait, you still don't get it, Kurt? Kurt said, not yet. Please explain valid signal. I'm not sure. Hey, Kurt, so do you understand what an invalid signal is? Because I just want to make sure before. Fuck, look at this move right here. See, guys, see, this is why you don't follow that sell. See, all the people that took the sell over here, they all got stopped out. Because look at this huge push. Damn, it's pushed up like 1,500 pips. So whoever took that sell earlier, good luck. Looks like your account's not looking so hot. Because there's a ton of like crazy movements this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this stuff off. It's not like these zones here aren't really relevant at all because price just breaks right through them. So right here, we got about a minute left. I'm probably gonna take this shortly. Let me see, we got a minute left. So let me get my phone ready. Trump warns impeachment is a danger to U.S. to public. Okay, so Trump said something. It's fucking up the market, of course, as usual. I got my MT4 set up to take this trade. So let me see this real quick. Wait, what the heck? All right, I don't know what's going on with my MT4. They didn't update my account. They're supposed to take money out, but I guess not because I did the withdrawal. All right, guys, so we got about 20 seconds left on this candle. We're probably going to take it if this ends up closing right here. All right, so we got 13 seconds, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm in the trade, guys. So if you guys want to enter the, fuck me, dude. Okay, whatever. Sorry. Let me, fucking FTMO, man. They disabled my account because I did the withdrawal, but I don't understand why they didn't put it back on. Okay, let me make sure I'm on the right account real quick. This is like the hassle of having like multiple accounts with FTMO because I got so many accounts that, or whatever, I'm in the trade. I got so many accounts that it's hard to keep track. Like I have like 2 personal accounts and then I have 3 FTMO accounts. So like I did a withdrawal on FTMO. You guys saw that I took like a 3,000 withdrawal. So when I did that withdrawal, they disabled trading on that account, which is freaking annoying because I'm trying to make some money here. So I mean it's a small issue. I probably got to email them and be like, yo, what's up with my account, bro? But other than that, I'm in the trade, guys. If you guys want to take the trade, I'm currently in the buy. I'm going to post a signal for the premium members over here. If you guys are in the premium, you guys will get it. US 30 buy stop. Or let's put US 30 buy. Damn it, man. I was trying to take this on my other account, on my freaking FTMO, because I just took out took the withdrawal off it, and I was trying to make the money back, but whatever. It's all good. I mean, FTMO pays me on time, so that's all that matters. But obviously, I want to make a little more, which is not necessarily possible right now. So I got that right there. Let me set up my FTMO parameters. All right, so we're good with that. Let me delete this, delete that, delete that, delete that. My entry point over here is going to be 30961, 150. That's set up. That's set up. All right, so we're good on that right there. Man, I got a freaking message FTMO, bro. Like, what's up with my account? You guys already paid me out. I knew there was gonna be something wrong because I looked at my FTMO account and they didn't take the withdrawal out. Like the money was still in the account, but they did pay me. They paid me cash already. So I mean, they wired me the funds. So I wasn't sure like why my account hasn't changed it. They probably just haven't updated it, which is fine. I mean, whatever. Not a huge deal. Oh, fuck, why did I do that? Okay. I think US 30 is already here. Yeah. What am I doing here? Oh, add alert. Sorry, guys. Sorry guys, my like brain's all over the place because I'm still confused why FTMO didn't reset my account yet. And I missed out on like 2 trades this week because of FTMO. Well, just on that one account, but whatever, they paid me out. I guess if I didn't take the withdrawal, they would have let me keep trading, but it is what it is. We got TP1 set up right there. We got full TP right here, 1500. And we got the stop loss set up right there. So I got my alert set up. I'm not going to bother watching this at all. You know, like I mentioned, once we take the trade, we just let it be. So I got my alert set up. I'm just going to set up my parameters for my FTMO real quick. FTMO TP is going to be set at 3,100, 111. Oh no, that's TP. Stop loss is 30,811, 30,100, 111. All right, let me make sure that it's taken on both of my accounts. All right, for sure. We're good. I'm in the trade. I'm gonna let this run, and then I can get through with the questions right now. So I think that's it. Let's make sure there's no other questions here before we get started. Nice. Jermaine killed it, guys. Look, Jermaine said, another successful morning thanks to K² Trades. Been scalping since 5 a.m. That last UK 100 hold. Damn, check that out. Whoo. Look at Jermaine. He locked in 15,000 for the month. Congrats, man. You guys can see here that it's not just me profiting K2, guys. It's everyone else. So if you guys are in K2, you guys can profit just like Jermaine over here. Look, Jermaine. He's a normal person, bro. Normal person just like you. Normal person just like me. Locking in some massive profits with K2. Congrats, Jermaine. Let me give you a props real quick. So what kind of gift should I put on for that? Oh yeah, let's go the kid. Let's go. Nice. Okay, cool. So nice profits right there by Jermaine. Killed it, man. 15,000. We hit TP right here. Okay, so we hit TP. You guys know what's the deal. There you go. Another TP right there. TB2 for GBP CAD. Ooh, look at that. I'm in profit 100 something right now. So I made a lot of profit today, guys. You guys saw I made about 2,500 for both my FTMOs. I made the other 200 from last night. So let's see, 2,500 times 2 plus the 300 from last night, GBP plus right now I'm up about 120. I'm up about 5,000 for today, guys. And you guys saw all the trades taken live. So today's a good day, man. I'm gonna pay for my Profit Blue car wrap because that shit was expensive. So we doing good right here. Cool. Let me see if I missed anything before. Okay, the TP for GCAD. TP for GCAD was it? 35 pips. All right, so we're good with that. Let me just give you guys the updates here. 35 pips. It's TP2. 35 pips. There we go. GBP CAD. Let's see that there. The update over there. Looks like we're good. So I think that's it for that right there. Let me go ahead and take a look at the chat real quick. Sorry for you guys who are waiting for me to just answer your questions. Obviously it's a busy morning this morning. So I'm looking at everything over here as we continue on, but let me continue forward right here. And just a reminder, if you guys haven't already, if you guys can like the stream and subscribe to the YouTube channel, that'd be great. So I can continue to go on to here again. So Dominic's asking, Shawn, why don't you ask FTMO to merge your 3 accounts? Because if I ask them to merge my accounts, Dominic, and one account is fucked, like it is right now. So like one account is pretty much, I can't trade on it, right? If I merge those 3 accounts, then I wouldn't be making money like these past 2 days because I wouldn't be able to trade the other 2 accounts. So that's why I used 3 different accounts right now. Dominic, but I'm going to merge them later on because I'm going to create a different account with like, some other stuff later, or I'm going to ask them for a separate account um, so that I can continue trading. Because the thing is, if one account is basically disabled because I'm making a withdrawal, then I won't be able to trade. So if I wasn't able to trade yesterday, I would have missed out on 5,000 profit, and then I would have missed out on today's trade as well, right here, right? So that's why I mean, it really depends on how you want to approach it. For me personally, I don't mind trading 3 accounts because I have a copier. So like for here, you can see that my profits were slightly off. You can see for this one, I was 2,421 in profit, while for this one, I was 2,237. So it's only slightly different when trading different accounts. But my third account is now, it's disabled currently because I'm making a withdrawal, or the withdrawal's done, but they haven't reset the account yet. So that's why right now I'm trading separate accounts. But at some point in the future, I'll probably be just merging them all together because it'll just make it a whole lot easier that way. Oh, there we go. GN, another CP, guys. Where's the horn at? We got another CP right there. GN, TP2, 32 pips. Congrats to whoever took it. Here, I'm about to hit full TP right here for GCAT. I'm in profit about $200 now. These are all live trades that I called this morning. GN right there, it's 32 pips. Let me just post this update real quick, guys, and then we can continue on. All right, so all this good TP2 right there. Oops. Yeah, TP2 over here. Why does it do that? Let me just take another screenshot. All right. Got this over here. Got GBP, NZD, TP2. Share that with you guys over there as well. All right, nice. TPs on TPs on TPs, guys. There we go. So there we go with those 2 TPs right there. I'm gonna wait for this to hit full TP right there to close me out. And let me see if there's anything else here before we continue forward. Let me see if there's anything else here before we continue to go on. So Kurt's asking, how do I set my chart up like that? I get it now. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by that, Kurt. How are you trying to set up your chart? Hey, Kurt, if you could be a little more detailed with your questions, because I honestly don't know what you mean by that. Are you trying to set up the zones? Are you trying to set up the signals? Are you trying to put up the indicators? I'm just not really sure what you're asking for. But let me continue on down here again real quick. Okay, sorry, Kurt. I see your other question right here. Josh said, no, you shouldn't have to call TPs if everyone has trading view. Put an alert on TP1, TP2. Duh. Exactly, Josh. But some people are just lazy, and I don't mind it because I like posting up the TPs because it reminds me that we're winning as usual. So that gets me hyped up. Just as it does for everyone else here as well. Kurt said, how do I set up the chart so I can see when we get a valid candle? Kurt, did you sign up for the signals? I'm not really sure. Let me see. I mean, did you sign up for the strategy? Oh yeah, no. So Kurt, I see your account. You only sign up for the signals, so you don't have access to the indicators. So you can't have these indicators on the chart. You have to upgrade your subscription to the actual strategies for you to get these indicators on the chart for you. So okay, that makes sense why you don't have it on there. Mersabah said, can we take a look at GBP JPY? So I'm going to add you to the list, Mersabah. GBP JPY. Let's see what else we got here. Emma said, is GN still looking okay? I think so. I mean, it just hit CP. Yeah, it looks great to me. So GN is looking perfectly fine to me. Let me see if there's anything else here before we get started. David said, K2, your boy is definitely in a sell. Exactly, right? He probably called that sell. He's probably upset right now. because he's been calling sells all year, and it just keeps going up and up and up. Zephyr said, hi, Shawn. When you say that price on US 30 breaks through structure, are you only referring to structure on 10-minute? Because I recall that you used the K² SR on a 1 hour time frame for NASDAQ and S&P 500. Thanks. Zephyr, so back to your question, I only draw the structure there to show you guys a visualization of how price is moving. I don't necessarily identify it as a rejection point. They're just areas there for rejection. You know, sometimes price respects it, sometimes it doesn't. You can see here for US 30, it doesn't really respect it that much. It'll respect it once, it'll break right through it, break right through it again, and it keeps breaking right through it, right? It's not very well respected. And this is part of the, this is on the 1 hour time frame. So Zephyr, they're just used to show you, where possible rejection points are, but we don't necessarily put any emphasis on them because we trade directly off momentum. So if we see momentum swinging in a certain direction, we're gonna ride it even if there's if there's like a resistance right here, right? We're gonna ignore that because there's really no point in us following that, because if there's momentum in the market, US 30 and all indices move differently compared to Forex. Like for indices, if like Trump says something and it pushes price up, it's not going to stop at a resistance, right? So if Trump says something like, hey, you know, the US is going to be good this year, it's going to spike up. It doesn't matter if there's a resistance right here or resistance right here, it's going to spike up regardless, because there's going to be a huge wave of momentum from people entering buy positions off what he said, right? The difference with Forex pairs right here is that it actually respects these structures. So that's the difference between Forex and indices, because they're totally different assets. So you have to understand how to analyze the asset more specifically, because Forex, commodities, crypto, indices, indexes, stocks, all of them move differently. So you have to understand how they actually move for you to determine, you know, why we analyze things in a specific way. But for US 30 and these indices, they don't really respect these structures as much. Unless you're looking at like the daily or something higher than that. But if you're looking on the shorter time frames, like under the 4 hour, it's not really that that useful. So just keep that in mind, Zephyr. Short C's asking, is your FTM withdrawal complete? Means the money comes back to your bank account. Yeah, it's already done, Short Scene. I got my my withdrawal yesterday, so it's already been completed. I don't know if I can pull it up here. Let me see. See if I can pull it up without showing you guys any of my details. But yeah, it's already completed. I got it in my bank account this morning, so I should be good. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't reset my account yet. It's weird. But yeah, let me see. I could probably put that over here. Let me see if I could figure this out. Yeah, so if you look over here, Short Scene, you can see here that my my withdrawal from on the 11th yesterday was already completed. So I went to my bank account this morning, but my account still shows that I still have the money there. They never took it out. So I gotta wait for, I guess I gotta wait for them to reset it, and then we can figure it out from there to see, you know, what's going on with that specific withdrawal and account. Let me see if there's anything else here before I continue on. Nice. Mark said second trade FTM on is at 50K. Nice, nice. Kurt mentioned, yeah, okay. I'm just scrolling through here real quick so I could see everyone's questions before we continue. Ola said, what's your TP for US 30? Well, which one are you asking for? Ola, are you asking for the normal one or the FTMO? Because they're both a little different. Man, this like idiot here, Pikachu, dude. Why are you even in this chat, bro? There's always some haters that want to come into the chat and like act stupid. Let me see. What's he saying? He said, imagine being so stupid that you follow fundamentals in Forex. LOL, this ain't stock, nerd. Okay, whatever, bro. That's why you're in here. You're trying to learn because you don't know anything. Let's see. See if there's anything else over here before we continue on. I don't know, that Pikachu guy always comes over here and just to talk shit. He comes into the channel to just talk about like how he knows stuff, but he doesn't know anything. And then here he goes, leaves, deletes his stuff, and then leaves the chat. Let's see what else we got over here. Dang, Kerr, you got like 100 questions, right, bro? I'm just kidding, man. I'm messing with you. But yeah, no, definitely. We're going to go over those questions, Kurt. Just be patient, bro, because I'm answering all these other questions here. You know, there's like over 100 people in this room. It's not just you. So I'm going to get to your question, bro. But I think I answered all your other questions already. But we will definitely continue on with that. So let me see if there's anything else here before we start. ComCon said, so it's 80% probability. Yeah, exactly, Cameron. Cameron said, gotta love the haters. I mean, obviously, if people are coming to my channel to hate, obviously I'm doing something right, because they're obviously mad at something else because they got nothing else to do. You know, they have nothing else to look forward to. So they gotta come over here and basically troll other groups because they can't do anything right, which is fine. I mean, I don't care. I'm here. It's funny. Yeah, so let me continue with the rest of these questions so I can continue further. I just want to answer all these questions before we get started with the analysis, because once I start analyzing stuff, I'm going to be focused on that. Kenny said it's about to be a record-breaking year for all K2. Let's go. Yeah, definitely, Kenny, 100%. Varun's asking, how many accounts can I copy trades without a lag? I mean, there's always going to be a lag, Varun, but it just really depends on your broker. If you're using the same broker, it should be fine. But if you're using a bunch of different brokers, it's going to be more difficult. Sam said, does your barber do house calls? Yeah, definitely. Jaime does house calls. We got to send him over there to Australia, right? Aren't you out there, Sam, in Australia? Short Sink said, congratulations on your profit split. Yeah, definitely. Thanks. Dominic said, haters going to hate, bro. Cameron said, gotta love the haters, yo. Just show you who's making money and who isn't. Good morning. Yeah, definitely, Cameron. Morning. Morning, Spencer. Spencer said, good morning, Shawn. Keep killing it. Usman said, Pikachu, you probably blew your account last night. Billionaire Mindset said, you mad because this man's a genius. Oh, definitely, guys. Thanks for all the support, guys. I definitely appreciate that you guys are here, you know, here to help you guys out so we all make money together. Byron said, sorry, what was your US 30 on MT4? Oh, your TP, Byron. So my TP for the normal is going to be 31,223. That's going to be for the normal accounts. And then for FTMO, it's going to be 31,111 for FTMO. So depending on what you're trading, Byron, it's going to be one of those two. Let me see if there's anything else here. There's always going to be lag, Varun. Because everyone's asking, how many accounts can I copy my trades without lag? There's always going to be lag. The only way there wouldn't be lag is if you take it on your own account. Flynn said, two types of people in this world, winners and people who wish they were. Exactly, 100%. Victor said, forget the haters, Shawn. We're winning regardless. K2 rules. Yeah, definitely. Bitcoin said, Shawn, do you have an MC4 version of your indicators? No, I don't. I only have it for TradingView. Ola said, what copier do you use? I use social trading tools. Varun said, first US 30 trade on my new FTMO challenge. Definitely. Let's get this TP then. Varun, we need that. And all right. So I think that's it, guys. Sorry for getting off track with all these questions over here. Angela said, can you answer my earlier question? Angela, I don't see your question on here. Let me see if I could. I scrolled up, Angela. I don't see your question anywhere in the chat. Did you post it here? Yeah, there's no question here from you. I just scrolled up the entire chat, Angela. Not sure what your question was. You can probably ask it here again if you want, but I don't see your question anywhere in the chat. Definitely, guys, and I appreciate you guys too. You know, for you guys, Shawn over. Pikachu said, "I'm willing to bet $100 he won't show his live account." Okay, I just showed you my live account, bro. There's a live account right there. Like, I don't have MT4 on my phone. I'm on a Mac, bro, so I can't pull up my MT4 on here. Oh, I know who this Pikachu is. This is the dude that got mad because I said he was annoying in the group. There's this annoying dude that was in K2, and I literally called him out for being annoying in the group, and then he got mad because I said the truth. I know exactly who you are now, Pikachu, because I know how you talk, bro. So you're over here trying to troll me because I called you annoying in the group because you are annoying, and everyone thought you were annoying too. So now you're over here trying to troll the chat. It's all good. Let me see if there's anything else here. Billionaire Mindset said, we always winning. Angela said at 9:28. There's no timestamps here on the chat, Angela. Angela, if you could just repost your, if you could repost your question. I don't see your question here at all. I'm scrolling up the entire chat, and I don't see anything here by you. So I'm not sure what your question was. Flynn said, is there a way to ban Pokemon from this chat? House Leader said, I have a $1,000 USD account, have IC market. I can grow it by using your signals. Can you recommend me a lot size for using $1,000? It depends on your leverage, House Leader. So you should use a position size calculator like Stinu. I don't know if you've ever used Stinu before. So there's this over here. Yeah, so we got Stinu over here. You can see that like if you want to calculate your lot size, you can use this Stinu right here, and then you could just risk like 3%. That's how you could figure it out. For US 30, if you're using $1,000, you should probably use a 0.01. But depending on your lot size, it could there, David, I added you as a moderator on here. Yeah, so I added you on here, David. But House Leaders, if you want to figure out, what lot size to use an app like this, Stinu, to figure out, what your lot size should be. You should only be risking about 1 to 5% per trade on here, and then you can pretty much determine, what your lot size would be. If you're trading US 30, though, it depends on your broker if they use mini lots or standard lots. But generally, if you're using standard lots, then it would be a 0.01 per $1,000. So I mean, it's funny. People are like, yo, show your live account. Bro, this is my live account. This is my name right here, forex.com. Real money right here, real profit. Like, bro, I showed you guys my payouts for my FTMO. This is real money right here. I don't know what else to show you guys, right? Like, some people are just dumb, man. Like, okay, show your live account. Bro, I just showed you my live account. I don't know what you're trying to like get out of this. Obviously, I mean, Pikachu's just he's trying to get a reaction out of me because I know Pikachu, he was in the group before. So if you guys remember this guy in the group, he was just an annoying guy. Everyone thought he was annoying. I called him out for being annoying in the group because he was just annoying. And then he leaves the group. And then now he is trying to like, actually, he didn't leave the group. He joined the group under another name because he can't like freaking, dude, it's whatever. I'm just gonna let that be because I already know who it is. It's an annoying guy. Still being annoying in the chat. He was annoying in the K2. He's still annoying in the chat. I don't understand why he just can't get a life, bro. All right, let me see if there's anything else here before we continue on with this. Varun said Pikachu solo, bro. He's taking live trades and there's no need to show account profits. Obviously, profit in your face, you dummy. Let's see yours, Pikachu. And it says on the screen, it's right on the trade. Josh, don't worry about other people's account. Get your own bag, bro. Focus on that. Let me see if there's anything else here. Usman said, Pikachu, you probably sell low and buy high. Yeah. Oh, Sinu isn't free anymore. Okay, sorry, guys. So Sinu used to be free. I guess it's not free anymore. What you can do is you can just Google like position size calculator baby pips, or actually you just go to babypips.com. And they have a position size calculator right here. Just go to babypips.com, go to tools, and then go to, you just put your account information here. So if you have $1,000 and then you're trying to trade, US 3% risk, stop loss is like 100 pips, for example, it'll tell you what lot size to use right here. Standard lots, mini lots, micro lots. So hopefully that helps. Let me see if there's anything else here before we continue on further. I'm so weak. EA for MT4. I use Stinu calculator already. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Stinu should definitely help. Kurt said they hating, but they broke though. Pikachu, you got to get a life, pal. Kenny said, this dude sounds like someone who over leveraged their account, blew it, and now is crying. Man, it's funny, guys. There's a lot of, it's just funny seeing everything that everyone's saying over here. But yeah, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys talk in the chat. I'm gonna go and analyze these pairs now, and then we will continue on further. House leaders for indices, I use Hugo's Way on my personal, and then I use FTMO for my, obviously my FTMO trading. So those are the two ones from there. Coach Josh is asking, what's your stop loss for US 30? So my stop loss for US 30 is going to be 30,923 on the normal, and then it's going to be 30,811 on the FTMO. So those are the two stop losses right there. And that's about it. Let me see if there's anything else here that I need to look at before we continue. And that's about it, guys. All right, so let me go ahead and analyze these pairs real quick while I continue with this. So the first thing we're going to look at is short scene wants me to take a look at USD CHF on the 5-minute time frame. Short scene, I'm not sure what you're looking at on the 5-minute. I don't trade on the 5-minute unless I'm like scalping. But I mean, I guess I could take a look at it to see what you're looking at. I'm here on the 5-minute. It's just stuck within the zone right here, right? It's stuck within the 4-hour zone over here. So price needs to break either above it or below it before we take a trade here, because currently right now USD CHF is just stuck within the zone, right? So it's just going to range within the zone right here until it breaks outside of it. So I wouldn't take any trades right now for USD CHF until it either breaks above or if it breaks below. So that's pretty much it. So this is it for USD CHF. I mean, I was going to analyze it for you, but I don't really know what to analyze on the 5-minute for you, short scene, unless you have something specific that you want me to look at. Because looking here on the 5-minute, it's still within the zone. So I personally wouldn't trade it because it's just going to be bouncing around here, back and forth. And if you're trying to scalp USD CHF, it's not really, I mean, it's scalpable, but it's not very, it's not going to be very easy for us to scalp this because it's just going to bounce within this range, and you don't want to get caught, on the opposite side of a trade when that happens. If you're using the new strategy that I introduced, where basically price closes above the other one, then you can probably scalp that. But if looking at this on the 5-minute, if you could be more specific with what you're looking for, short scene, I can be a little more specific with my analysis. But obviously it's in a downtrend, right? So it's in a downtrend right here. It's probably going to push down, possibly test this structure. And then once it breaks this structure right here, it can continue down further. So it can either continue down further from this point, or it can reject off this point right here and swing back up. Similar to what happened here. You can see it's the same pattern basically from right here where it came up, came down, rejected off this point, swung up, and then it comes back down right here. So it might come back down, reject off this point and swing up, or it might break below and continue down further. So that's it for USD CHF right here. Short scene, if you could be more detailed with your question, I can analyze it further. But looking on the 5-minute right here, it's just ranging within the zone on the 4-hour. So it's not something that I necessarily want to be entering or anything like that, right? Because obviously right here on the 4-hour, it has a bullish bias because it's above the pivots. However, if you go below it on the 5-minute, on the short term, it's just pushing down slightly. So I'm not exactly sure what you're looking for on this short scene, but if you can be more detailed, I can analyze it further. I'm not sure if to answer your question or if there's anything else you want me to look at further for USD CHF. But currently right now, this is what I'm looking at. Let me make sure the zones are fine. Yeah, so zones are still the same. Everything looks good for USD CHF. So I think that's it for USD CHF. I'm going to zoom through these questions right now because I know you guys asked a long time ago for these questions, and I just don't want to keep you guys waiting too long. But let me see if there's anything else here before I continue on so we can keep going on with these questions. Ihuma said, my US 30 kicked me out of the trade with a loss. I don't know why. So Ihuma, depending on your account size, if your account was too small, you might have been margin called out. That happens sometimes if you try to trade something where you don't have enough money to cover the margin. So depending on what broker you're using, generally Hugo's Way requires about $1,000 to have enough cushion, $500 minimum. So if you had less than that and you try to trade US 30, then you might have gotten kicked out by margin call. So just keep that in mind for that specific asset. And then you will, I mean, you can pretty much determine, why you got kicked out from there. The most common reason is that you got kicked out due to a margin call. Let's see if there's anything else here real quick before we get started. Cameron said, is there a specific reason why you use Hugo's Way? Aren't they unregulated? The reason for that is because I trade on, since I trade FTMO on MT4, I'm able to just copy my trades to my Hugo's Way account, Cameron. I wish I could use a regulated broker, but there isn't really many options for us in the US. Like in the US, I think Hugo's Way is one of the main ones that you can trade MT4 for US 30. I would like to use IC Markets, but they don't accept US clients. And I think that's about it for regulated brokers that have US 30 with high leverage. And that's the main reason why I use Hugo's Way. If there was a better one I'd switch over, but I just haven't found a better one just yet. Jay Calvin said, yo, I heard a wild Pikachu appeared. Guess I'm too late. Dang it. Let's see if there's anything else here before we continue on. Yeah, Jay said Hugo's has good spread commission for indices, but I don't like Hugo's Way. In my experience, they scam you. Stop out the take profit, but you only get the TP you went for. Stop loss will hit earlier. Yeah, I agree, Jay. There's a lot of manipulation that happens with Hugo's Way. But since I only trade once a day, like I trade the daily US 30 entry, I don't really have issues with them. So if you trade with him actively, you're going to run into a lot of issues. When I used to scalp with them, I used to hit a lot of stop losses when they shouldn't have hit. Or they would freeze up the market. Like it would freeze up and you couldn't exit your trade when you're in some drawdown. So that's like one reason why I don't like Hugo's Way, but it should be fine with just trading it once a day because I have no problems with it, just trading the daily entry. But all right, so I think that's it for the questions right now. I'm going to scan through to the next one. So we have gold for Xavier and Byron. So I'm going to go pull up gold real quick. And I'll show you guys how I analyze everything from scratch, right? So I'm going to go ahead and delete everything off the chart. And then right here, we have a naked chart at this point. So here we have this blank chart over here. I'm going to turn on the K2SR indicator. And then I'm going to draw these zones for you guys. All right, so we got that right there. That right there. That right there. And we should be good. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. You guys can see that I drew my zones on the chart. After this, I'm gonna set up my momentum indicator. Right here, you can see that we have obviously it's a bearish momentum downwards right now. Let me turn on this right here so I can show you guys an example of what I'm looking at right here. So like right here, this is going to be the high. So we have the high up here. We have a low right here. And then we have a swing high right here. So the problem with this right here is that we do have a bullish bias because the previous signal was a buy signal. But if we get a sell signal right here, then we can anticipate this as, coming down a little further. So we have the high here. We have the low right here. We have the high right here. And then at this point, it's probably going to swing down and establish a lower low, right? So it's going to go from this point, high, and then low from this point over here. So looking at this over here, this is pretty much what I possibly see happening. Although we have a bullish bias right here, we do have a rejection off the zone. So if we have a rejection off the zone, then it's followed by, say, a sell signal at some point down here, and then it breaks structure down here and closes, then I would anticipate it to drop further, right, at this point. So this is probably what I see happening right here. I'll show you an example of what I mean by this. So here's another example over here where we had a rejection from this point, a sell signal right here, price broke structure right here, similar to what I just drew right here, right? Rejection, possible sell signal, break down here, and then sell entry right there to full TP, right? That's what I see happening right there. And this is something that you can use to analyze both directions. So we could have a sell right there. We could have another rejection from this point down here. have a buy signal right here, break in structure right here, and then take a long position that way, right? Another full TP right there. So it just pretty much repeats itself, guys. This is kind of what I see happening right here. I mean, this is one scenario. So one scenario is, because I do see the rejection right here, is that I see it coming down, right? This is going to be one scenario. Scenario number one is price rejects off this point, sell signal appears here, closes below the structure, and then you can take a sell position from this point. So this would have been one scenario. Scenario number two is, which is probably not going to happen because it already rejected off this point. Scenario number two could have been a rejection off this point, buy signal right here, but then price would have to close way up here for us to take that buy entry, right? Price would have to close up here. So this is scenario number two. There's not just one way to look at the market. You guys have to look at it from both perspectives. So this would be scenario number two for a sell, I mean for a buy, but it looks highly unlikely, right? It has to push up, let's see. It'll have to push up like 700 pips to get to this point. Odds are this is probably not going to happen. What I see happening here is I see the rejection from this point. If we get a sell signal right here, then I see a better confirmation. And then if price closes below this structure right here and closes, then that gives me full confirmation that this will probably drop for a sell at that point right there. So, you know, odds of it coming down this way are a lot better. It's only about 290 pips versus price coming from down here all the way up here for like 700 pips, right? So just keep that in mind, and make sure to analyze, you know, any asset that you're looking at in both directions. It either goes up, it either goes down, but just don't be like too focused on just one direction. Like for here, we looked at it for a sell, and then we also looked at it for a buy, but you know, our probabilities are aiming towards the bottom, because looking at price action right here, you know, just basic price action, we have a high, low, lower high right here, and then it comes down from that point, establishing another low. So this is pretty much, you know, what I see happening right here for gold. But, you know, like I mentioned, it can go either way. This isn't the only way here, because we don't have the sell signal yet. Until we get a sell signal, we won't have that confirmation. And then until price closes down here, we don't have that full confirmation. So what could happen here is, this is what could happen here at this point. Another thing that can happen here as well, like I mentioned, you have to analyze all these different scenarios, right? Don't just analyze it from one perspective. Another thing that can happen here is price can come down to this point, reject off this point, and swing all the way up, right? So there's a lot of different ways to analyze gold. I personally don't trade gold because I think it's one of the most manipulated assets like available, and this can literally go in either direction. You know, it's funny that like Pikachu over here was like saying, oh, it's funny that he's complaining that we're implementing fundamentals in Forex and indices, but I mean, how would you not? Right? If you're looking at CNBC, fundamentals here affect all assets. You know, like he thinks that you could only incorporate fundamentals into like stocks or commodities, right? It doesn't matter, because if gold gets affected, the US dollar is going to get affected. If the US dollar is getting affected, it's going to affect US 30, right? So use your brain, bro. Like people would like to talk out of their ass all the time and act like they know stuff, but in reality, they don't know anything, because fundamentals affect all markets. It's not just affecting stocks. It's not just affecting commodities. It's affecting everything. So like, if you guys are learning from anyone else, make sure that they actually know what they're talking about, because there's a lot of people in the trading space that act like they know what they're talking about, but they don't. Especially like Pikachu over here. If you ever like made it back into the chat, I think David put him in timeout for a bit. He's being annoying. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for gold right here, guys. I mean, there's three different scenarios that can play out. Like I mentioned, price can either swing up from this point. That's scenario number one. Price can come down from this point and drop further. That's scenario number two. Or price can come down from here, reject from this point, and swing up. That's scenario number three. So that's pretty much it for gold right there. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So we're done with gold right there, and then we will continue on further with this. Let me see if there's anything else here. Nice. Okay, so Bitcoin mentioned FX Pro. So maybe I'll take a look at that as well. ComCon wants me to take a look at GCAD and GA. So let me see if I have that on here. So ComCon wants me to look at GBP CAD and GBP AUD. So you got news right here. Noise cancellations. All right, so let me continue on further with this here. Flynn said, thank you, Shawn. I exited my gold buy in profit to protect my capital. Small wins is better than no wins. Yeah, exactly. 100% Flynn. Good idea with that. Byron said, thank you for your input on gold. Makes so much sense. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. No problem, Byron. Emmanuel said, US dollar affects. Oh yeah, no, definitely. That's what I meant to say. I meant that, like, you know, what I was trying to say, Emmanuel, is that everything affects everything, right? That, like, if something's going on with the US dollar and then it weakens the, you know, the spread between the two pairs, it's going to affect everything. The US dollar is going to affect gold. It's going to affect the AUD. It's going to affect everything, because everything has a consequence. If something gets affected, something else is going to have an effect to it. So that definitely is something to keep in mind. So let me continue on with this over here. Cameron said, Buddy probably doesn't know that Forex is a 6 trillion market volume. Stocks is at 200 billion worldwide. Huge difference. Yeah, definitely. Cameron, I agree with you 100%, because everything affects, you know, Forex market. It's a centralized market where everything, if something happens with one pair or something happens with one asset, it can easily affect another asset that's connected to that asset, right? So, I mean, just using common sense, like, you know, I mean, some people just don't have common sense. So, I mean, that's that. So let me go ahead and take a look at the next pair over here. So next is going to be GBP USD for Hamizan. So Hamizan, hopefully you're still here. I know you asked this question a long time ago, but I'm going to go ahead and analyze this for you now. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this off the chart, delete everything off there, turn on the K2SRs right here. There. Right there and right there. And then, all right, Hami-san, glad you're still here. So here's your GU right here. I marked up the zones for you. So zooming out from this point, you can see that we have some nicely drawn zones, right? Price rejects off these zones pretty nicely. We'll turn on the K2 momentum indicator to determine momentum. So right here, we have a buy signal, and then just identifying what I was identifying earlier. So we have a rejection from this point right here. Nice rejection from this point off this zone. We have a buy signal right here. And price is attempting to break this structure. So if price breaks this structure above here and pushes upwards to, say, this this area right here, then you can possibly take a long position from here to this next zone right here for about, say, about 45 pips. So this would be a 45 pip move right here, which you can possibly take because it's going to come and test this structure right here, right? So when it breaks structure right here, it's going to test structure right there. It's the same thing that happened over here, right? So price broke structure right here, and then what happened? It pushed from this structure to this structure up here. So once it reaches this point right here, it can either break through it and continue higher, or it can reject right off it and come back down, similar to what happened here. So you can see if you mark up these zones here, it helps a lot because you can identify exactly when and where the rejections are going to be, and you can know when and where not to trade. So like, for example, here, if price breaks this structure, you can take it up to this full TP, and then you can wait for it to break structure again up here. And then if that happens, then you can write it again for another buy entry up top right here, right? So you get 45 pips here and then another one up here if you end up taking that trade. So just looking at this here, you know, obviously we have a bullish bias because we have a rejection off this point, buy signal right here. Buy signal right here, broke structure. If it does break structure right here, you can take another buy, and then you can pretty much write it up to full TP right here for about 45 pips. Looking at this point over here, one thing that we'll look at to correlate this is we're going to look at all the GBP pairs. So we have a bullish bias here. We look at GA, bullish, right? This would hit full TP right here from last week. about 100 pips. So full TP right there, bullish, GCAD, bullish, GBPCHF, bullish, GJ, bullish, GN, bullish. So what do you think is going to happen with GU? Bullish as well, right? So having all those confirmations right here, we have rejection, we have a buy signal right here indicating a bullish momentum, a break in structure right here, you can take the buy. On top of that, you can look at the confluences from the other GBP pairs. They're all bullish right here. So that's going to indicate, you know, it's likely to be bullish from that point. And if you want to take things like another level, you can also look at the IG sentiment for GBP USD to see where everyone's trading. And there's 56% of people are short. So this is good for you because if you want to take a long position, you're not going to be where everyone's trading, right? You're going to be doing the opposite, which is what the market makers and institutions are doing. They're trading opposite of retail traders. So if you're taking this buy right here, I think it's going to be a great buy. So if this closes above here at about 10 a.m., I'm going to take this trade as well. We can both take it, and I'll send out a signal as well to the premium members. So right here, there's our US 30 back in profit. You know, Pikachu probably took a sell right here. I hope he did because I want him to take an L on this trade. So we'll continue on with that. And then we'll continue on with these questions. So that's about it for GU over here. And then we will continue on further. So that's it for GU. Mosim wants me to take a look at odd CHF. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. You know, otherwise we will continue on with these questions and see where we'll go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and delete everything off the chart so that we can reanalyze odd CHF. Looking at odd CHF right here, I'm going to turn on the K2SRs. Sorry, take that off. K2SR right there. And then we can draw our zones on the chart for you guys. Nice. David was in, he was in a buy from 3 a.m. GU and GJ. Nice, nice. You lock in a lot of profit off that then, David, because those pushed up pretty nicely. Glad to see. All right, so here we are with odd CHF. We got anything up here? All right, so the next zone is going to be, it's actually really close to current price. All right, so it's currently at a resistance right now. Obviously, you can see it's a nice markup with the zones right here. Turn on the momentum indicator. And it looks like price is currently, you know, it's trying to break above. So right here we have a bullish signal. However, I don't think it's gonna hold until it breaks above here. So we have a bullish signal here. In order for us to take a buy, we want price to break above this structure right here. You know, until that happens, it's just going to be difficult for us to determine, you know, what trades to take and stuff like that, because this can easily reject off this point. So it looks like it's probably establishing a high at this point, because obviously right here we have a high. So it might be prepping for a reversal. So we have a high, a low, lower high right here. And then if it comes back down further below the structure, then it would be obviously reversing for a sell. But this isn't necessarily what could happen here. You know, this can continue to push up higher and establish a higher high, because obviously right here we had the low, the high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And it just keeps, you know, it's a staircase. It keeps going up higher and higher. So there's two scenarios that can play out here, but I wouldn't take this buy until it crosses above this structure. It can either be reversing or it can be swinging up higher, but we would have to wait for that confirmation. We either have to wait for price to close above here, or we have to wait for price to close below here for us to take that sell, because then that would indicate that price is now in a downtrend, right? But it hasn't been confirmed yet. So there's two different ways to look at this. It can either be looked at as an uptrend right here, or it can be looked at as a new reversal down here. So just keep that in mind. But I personally would stay away from odd CHF right now. I don't even think the AUD pairs are really correlating at this point. I mean, they're trying to swing back up for a bullish move because that's how they were all last week. You can see obviously they're trying to push up, right? But they're all at structure right now. So looking at odd USD, it's at structure. Odd NZD, it's at structure. Odd JPY, it's at structure. Odd CHF, it's at structure. And odd CAD over here is slightly pushing above it. So it might be ahead of the game slightly, but there's no guarantee that it's going to, push up all the way. So just keep that in mind, guys. Looking back at US 30 over here, still in profit, looking good. I think everything else looks good so far. Yeah, GCAD over there in profit, GN in profit. EN over here might get filled. It hasn't filled yet. So I do have a pending order there. If it does fill, we'll take it. If not, then we'll just cancel it. Actually, I'm just going to cancel it because it just looks like an iffy trade. So I'm just going to tell people to cancel their Euro NZD because it's just, I just don't see it coming down anytime soon. So I canceled mine as well. So we're good on that. I just don't see it coming down anytime soon, especially since we have a buy for GN over here. I anticipate it to continue up even further. So that's pretty much it for that. US 30 over here is looking nice. Let's see if there's anything else here. So that's it for odd CHF. Next up, we have Euro NZD for Ricardo. Let me pull up Euro NZD right now. And I'm not going to remark this up because I already have it marked up right here. But Ricardo, the reason why we took a sell or we took a sell stop for Euro NZD, so here's one confirmation. One confirmation is that price is trending down, right? Strong trend down right here. So it has a sell bias. On top of that, we have a sell signal right here. So here's one. We had price reject off this point. So here's one. We have price reject off this point. We have a sell signal right here and price broke structure. So we have a 2-for-1 right here. We have a rejection off this point, price broke structure. We had a sell signal right here. So we put a sell stop right here in order to catch this possible move down. You guys can leave your sell stop if you want, but I canceled mine. We were trying to catch this move swing back down for the sell stop. So as soon as price comes down, it'll fill the order and go straight to TP down here, obviously, right? So that's basically what I saw happening here for Euro NZD. And this is pretty much why we took this trade. So we have a bunch of confirmations here. We have a downtrend, we have a rejection followed by a sell signal, breaking structure for it to come down. And on top of that, if you look at the Euro pairs, they're all bearish, right? Euro odd bearish, Euro CAD bearish, Euro CHF bearish, EG bearish, EJ bearish, EN bearish. So they're all bearish. This is going to give you the confluence that they're all coming down in that direction. So there's a ton of different confirmations indicating that it's going to come down. I probably could have left the trade up, but we're already currently in these two right here. And I don't really want to go against, our current active trades. So that's why I canceled it. But I mean, we'll see how it plays out. I don't know if the NZD is getting stronger. It looks like it's trying to swing up, but it does look kind of weak right now, right? The reason for that is because the NZD is all coming down. That means that if price is coming down, that means the second currency is stronger than the first. So it's coming down for NZD CAD, coming down for NZD CHF, coming down for NZD JPY, NZD USD, etc. So this is going to give you an indication that the NZD isn't necessarily strong right now. So that's why I don't really see this coming down for the long term. It's just the confluences don't really add up for NZD. So that's why I deleted the position. I'm just going to go ahead and delete my alerts right here. And that's why I cancel that position. So that's pretty much it for this. Let me see if there's anything else over here before we continue on further. So that's about it for Euro NZD. And that's the reason why I call that trade. Flynn said, we see how the US 30 strategy works every day and we wait for our confirmations. The hard part is being patient and limiting emotion out of trading. Exactly, Flynn, that's 100%. But it feels good to finally have a system that works versus IML telling you to celebrate a 5 pip win. It's too funny, Flynn. Yeah, no, definitely. You know, and with us trading live every day, this gives you confidence that we're all looking at the same thing, you know, so you're not confused. You don't like, you actually know what's going on because I've explained to you, you know, what we're looking at, and we're all here for the same goal. We're all here for this to go in the upwards direction, right? So I think these live sessions definitely help a lot of people out because it gives you that confidence that, you know, you're actually looking at something that will play out. You're not just like hoping that'll play out, because I call the trade, I explain, you know, why we took the trade, and we're all looking for the same thing here. So it's a definite plus that we have this live session every day. And yeah, I definitely agree that, you know, it's good that we have a system that works and that we've been applying consistently for like the past year. So you guys can see that there's actual numbers behind the system, and it's not just something that's made up by, you know, someone. It's not someone just saying, oh, sell or buy US 30. Like I have an actual analysis for the reason why we took the trade. We're not just taking it just because. But yeah, I mean, that's it for US 30 right there. Let me see if there's anything else to look at before we continue on further. Cameron said, what times do you trade during the night? Do you sleep at all between long and the New York Open? Want to start taking London trades as well. So Cameron, I usually sleep during London session. I'm based in the US, so that's like midnight for me. But the London group is on. So if you want to trade with them, I mean, on the premium group, they're usually posting in there and they're posting up the trade. So if you guys took the UK entry from last night, I think that was posted at about, let's see, it was posted about 12 a.m. my time. So I'm not sure where you're located, Cameron, but they do trade, you know, London session if you want to take these trades. I'm also not familiar if you're like in the premium or not, but if you are in the premium, you can always chat with the guys here. If you look at the premium here, there's still people talking like early in the morning. So like right here on midnight, people are talking from like midnight to 1 a.m. to like 2 a.m. to like 3 a.m. So there's people talking all day. It just depends on, you know, if you're in the premium group or not to you know, basically trade with everyone else. I don't trade during that time, but there's other people that do trade during that time within the group. David, the sleep is for the weak. Yeah, no, exactly. I wish I could stay up during London session, but it's just too late for me. Let's see. Varun said, should we switch our stop loss in slight profit? So Varun, it depends on you. If you want to move your stop loss in profit, you should have moved it to TP already. If you're using the exit strategy, it's really up to you whether you want to move it or not. I mean, I'm personally not. I'm just letting my trade runs run long, like to full TP basically. Like you can see right here, I could have closed it out at like $200, but I'm just letting it run pretty much. So if you want to move your stop loss and profit to TP1 using the simple exit strategy, you can. But obviously right here, you can see that I still have my trade open. I didn't close mine, and I'm gonna, you know, hang on to it. Yeah, definitely. Cameron said we're all in this together, 100%, guys. So you know, we win together, we lose together, we all profit together. We're all in the same. We're all in the same boat. So that's pretty much it for GCAD and US 30. Let me go ahead and take a look at GJ real quick for Mersaba. You see we got GJ over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and delete everything off the chart. Take this off the chart, zoom out from this point. And Kurt, I don't know if you're still here, Kurt, but I pretty much analyzed, you know, all the trades that we took for today. Because I looked at GC, I looked at EN. So I'm not sure if there's any other questions you have, Kurt, regarding my analysis. But you can see here that my analysis is the same for everything. Usually I'll have a naked chart here. This is what a naked chart looks like. You know, nothing on the chart. I turn on the K2SR indicator. I draw my zones. So this is like my step-by-step process, guys. I analyze every single pair like this, and it works perfectly fine. So if you guys want to trade exactly how I do, you guys already have the step-by-step process here of how to analyze any asset. It doesn't have to be Forex. It could be stocks. It could be indexes. It could be commodities. It could be anything. Right here, we don't have an upper zone. So I'm going to go in the higher time frame over here and draw these zones on the chart. So we need a higher zone as well. Right there. So looking at GJ right here, it's currently entering a resistance. I personally wouldn't enter right here. I mean, if it closes above here, it can easily push up to this structure up here before coming down. Or continuing up higher, right? So there's two scenarios that can play out here. But I personally don't like to trade within zones because price can reject at any point. It can reject from here, here, like literally anywhere. There's so many areas of rejection. So that's why I personally don't, this is why I personally don't like to trade within the zones, because you can reject at any point. But if you didn't want to trade within here, you have a huge gap, about 80 pips. So technically you could trade within here, but I think it's too risky and I personally wouldn't take it, Marissa. So I'm not sure if you're thinking about entering a buy. However, the GBP pairs do have a bullish bias. So just looking at all the GBP pairs here, I mean, they're all pretty bullish for the most part. Bullish, 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 bullish. They're all bullish, right? So that's why I would be looking at GJ from a bullish bias. However, I would be careful with this because this can easily, reject at any point. Because you would look at the confluence with GBP and then you'd look at the confluence through JPY. Are they all bullish? They're sort of pushing bullish. Cat JPY trying to shoot bullish, but there's no clear bullish movement for the JPYs, right? The JPYs aren't necessarily weak overall. So I think GJ is a bit of a risky trade to take right now. It looks like you might have missed the move. If you took the trade from right here and then wrote it up from the structure, that would have been good. However, at this point, it's kind of too late. I just wouldn't take it here because I don't want to get caught in a reversal if it ends up reversing from here, 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 or here. I would wait for price to break above this structure before I decide to take, a buy position from there. Because once you get to this point, the next zone is way up here. So you got a long way to go, about 300 pips before it ends up, reversing or anything like that. So that's pretty much it for this point. Let me go ahead and take a look at the next thing. That's it for GJ right there. All right, so for ComCon, he wants me to take a look at GCAD and GA. So let me check the chat real quick to see if there's anything that we're missing before we continue on further. Cameron said, okay, so you only take positions from New York trades? Oh, no. So Cameron, I usually trade US session and Asia session. I trade London session sometimes if I'm up, but I'm generally not up during London session because I need to get some sleep too. He said, might just have to be a night owl. I agree. I've been trying to stay up to trade London session with you guys, but I just get too sleepy and I fall asleep as soon as we enter London session. So there's like really no point in me trying to keep pushing for it because it messes up my sleeping pattern. Flynn says, Shawn, are there any assets that are manipulated less? You said gold was the most manipulated. What's the least manipulated? So Flynn, the least manipulated pairs would probably be the exotic pairs because not as many people trade them, right? Like if you look at something like the peso, let me see, USD, MXN. Looking at the peso over here, this is generally not as manipulated as other pairs. I mean, obviously there's going to be spikes in price, right? Like right here on the 21st, I'm pretty sure something happened here with like the US government or something spiking price or whatever in one direction. But you can see here that basically it's pretty smooth for the most part. It's a smooth move and then you get random spikes every so often. But this only happens like once every month. So like right here, we have a smooth move all the way from here, September, up until November. And then randomly on November, oh, this is the election. So the elections happened on the 3rd. That's where the spike came from. And then after that, it's just a smooth move all the way down. And then on the 21st, I think this is when they announced like the stimulus. So it had another spike. And then other than that, it's just a smooth move all the way through, right? So like the peso is probably a good asset to trade. It's just the spread's going to suck. You see the spread's like 70 pips or 65 pips. So the spread sucks. It costs a lot to trade these trades. You have to pay fees because they're just not actively traded. Volatility is very low in most cases because of the spread. And then something like this too, like the USD SGD, you know, the US dollar against the Singapore dollar. There's like literally a smooth move all throughout the whole thing. And then there's a spike here on the 3rd because it was the elections. And then same situation right here again on the 21st because of the stimulus. Other than that, it's pretty smooth all throughout for these exotics. And the spread here is actually kind of decent. It's like 4.7. So this is one that I used to trade before. I just don't trade it as much, but it's something that you can definitely trade as well if you wanted to trade something that's less manipulated. But there's a ton of different exotic pairs that you can trade from. Like you can literally go to like Forex, and then you just scroll down here, and they have a whole bunch of different pairs here. You're gonna trade the ruble, or the lira, Turkish lira. There's a lot of different exotics that you can trade. You just have to look through them and see what your broker supports. Nice. Ricky Bobby's here. Let me see. Emma said I set an alarm for 2 a.m., but then I passed out before the signal, and she's in Ontario. Yeah, I agree with you, Emma. I can't stay up during that time. I usually just knock out. Let's see. Ricky Bobby mentioned, I'm new to this. I'm on the West Coast in Cali. What are good pairs to trade during the 6 a.m. to afternoon? So, Ricky, you could probably trade any of the US pairs. I mean, honestly, any pair will work because the US market is the most active. So you can probably trade like pretty much any pair. It really depends on what you like. I like to trade the JPY pairs. So if you like to trade JPY, those are probably pretty good for you too. Like ODJPY, KJPY, EJ, GJ, NJ, and UJ. Those are pretty good. They move pretty smooth. But in reality, you could trade anything during the New York session because everything moves during that time. So you could be good with that. Let me see if there's anything else here to look at specifically. Nice. Peta's here showing love and appreciate from Jamaica. Nice, Peta. Nice to have you here. Let me see if there's anything else that we got here before I continue on. ComCon said Pacific is the hardest time zone to be in for trading. London is super late for us and New York is super early. Yeah, exactly. I agree, ComCon. It sucks, but I mean, we're living in paradise, right? Or I guess that's arguably because it doesn't snow here. Because I think about David over there. He's over there piling snow, actually shoveling snow. We don't get no snow here, so we're good. But we do have like the shittiest trading times for the most part. Damn, US 30 is dropping hard. Yeah, let's see if something's happening in the market right now causing this drop. Let me see if there's anything that's causing this spike down real quick. Let me check the news real quick. So let's see, CBC. I don't know. Okay, so Trump warns impeachment is a danger to the U.S. This happened about 8 minutes ago. I'm not sure if this might be what's affecting the market right now, because this was just released about 8 minutes ago, and this drop started happening like less than 8 minutes ago, right? So I'm not gonna mess with it. Like I'm not gonna worry about it right now because I think this drop right here was due to this news event right here, right? You can see this. Trump warns impeachment is a danger to the U.S., but he's still messing with the market, even though he's about to get kicked out. He just sent this out about, let's see, 8 minutes ago. He said that this is probably the main thing that would affect it. The other thing is these COVID news right here. I'm just looking for all of the recent news that could have affected the market, right? So we can look at what is pushing price in that direction. Let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, so that's it. I think that's the only one. Top Democrat backs 800 point boost. There's a few things here that that necessarily could have affected the market right now. Job openings 30. So this is 30 minutes ago. It's too late. But these are the news events that just happened recently. So we have Trump, who is basically just causing, whatever he does in the market. Whenever he says anything, he just pushes market in one direction. So we have this that could have affected the market. We also have some COVID news over here, live updates. The most recent update was 10 minutes ago. COVID variant from South Africa may evade its antibody drug. Okay, so there might be an issue here with COVID as well. I think that's the main thing. So there's new COVID news regarding the new COVID variant. We have people over here backing the unemployment. And then we have Trump. This is probably the main thing. Trump is over here just causing havoc in the world again. You know, he's just worrying that impeachment is a danger to the U.S., which is obviously going to affect, you know, U.S. assets. But you can see here, see that wick? So people reacted to that news where price came down slightly. And then they're just, I think what's happening here is they're luring more people in, right? Because like I mentioned earlier, sentiment was still majority short. So looking at US 30 over here, this is why we don't follow that noise, guys. There's a lot of noise in the market. Look at the short people. There's a lot of people that are short right now, right? So I think what they're doing is they're just spiking price down so people can enter short positions. They're trying to lure more people to sell. So when people see these spikes down, they try to FOMO in. They're like, oh shit, price is dropping. I should enter a sell, right? So they enter a sell, and then what happens? It spikes right back up to stop them out. So I'm not going to worry too much about US 30, guys. You guys know how I handle US 30. Once we take the trade, I just let it be, because there's going to be a bunch of noise that's going to be pushing price around, and it's better. You're better off just not looking at the chart and letting it play out like it's supposed to, than you know, worry about it too much and then get stressed out just by looking at it bounce around. Because there's a lot of news events that are going on right now. Obviously Trump, obviously COVID, and obviously the stimulus. These are all main things that are affecting US 30 in general. So I wouldn't bother looking at it right now, guys. Just don't even bother looking at it, because if you see it drop like that, you're probably going to be tempted to close out the trade, right? And then as soon as you close out the trade, it shoots right back into profit. So just be, you know, be careful with it, and always just, you know, let it be. So that's pretty much it for that. Let me see if there's anything else here to look at before we continue on with the last question here. Let's see. Emma said, what do you think about placing another US 30 buy? So, I mean, you can if you want, Emma, because it's rejecting off this point. But I took a big lot size for this trade. I took a 25 lot on my FTMO, which is equivalent to a 2.5 lot standard. So I'm taking that right now on my FTMO. So I can't really enter another lot. I'm already pretty heavy over leveraged on my specific account. The reason why I increased my lot size on those accounts is because I have one account that's not trading, right? I have one that's disabled right now. So I had to make up for that one account that I couldn't trade on with regard to, you know, potential profits. So I think that's about it for there. Let me continue on with these questions before I continue further. Varun said, I think US 30 is not going to be in our favor today. I think it will be, Varun. I don't know. I feel like every day you kind of doubt it a little bit, and then it ends up hitting full TP. So you could continue to doubt it, because maybe it works in our favor when you doubt it and it ends up pushing back up. So we'll continue on with this right now. Arash said, could you please talk about how you manage the US 30 trade? What do you do when it goes into profit? So Arash, I let it run to full TP, but if you want to use the exit strategy, once it reaches TP1, you can move your stop loss in profit to TP1. So, because I remember that you were asking questions on Instagram, right? I never recommend that you move it to break even. So I'm not sure where you got that from. The last time I recommended people to move their trading to break even was probably like 2 years ago, and you weren't part of K2 yet. So I'm not sure where you found that, unless you were looking at the course for the very conservative exit strategy, where you can do that if you really want to. But in reality, it's like, why would you move it to break even? Because you're not making any profit. It's like, you're not too confident in your trade, right? So for me, once it reaches TP1, that's when I decide whether I want to move my stop loss or not. Once it reaches TP1, then I move my stop loss in profit to either TP1, or I just let it run to full TP. That way, if price ends up swinging back, you guarantee TP1 and you get stopped out at 750 pips in profit. Vice versa, if it swings down and swings back up, then you get full TP, right? So that's why I never really recommend moving to break even. Not anymore. I mean, that was a long time ago, like two years ago. And the reason why I did that was because people just wouldn't, they didn't understand risk management, right? But now that we understand that how high our win rate is, there's really no point in us moving it to break even. It's like either we win the trade or we lose the trade, you move on to the next one, or you move your stop loss or profit to like TP1. So if it comes back like that, you get stopped out in profit, you guarantee profit. Vice versa, if you just let it run, you can do the same thing and reach full TP. I personally am just letting it run and letting it see how it plays out. But I'll see where the trade is like once we reach like mid market. Right now it's only 8 a.m. Mid market's probably around 11 a.m. And then market closes at about 1:30 a.m. 1:30 p.m. my time. So I'm gonna hold on to this for the next maybe 2-3 hours, and then I'll see where it plays out. If it ends up being at TP1 and I'm getting close to full TP, then I'll probably let it run. Vice versa, if it's running close to market close, then I might move my stop loss to TP1 or just exit the trade manually. But other than that, this is pretty much how I would manage it. It just depends on how you want to manage it, because obviously, how I manage it, it's going to be completely different how you do, because we have different trade psychology. For me, I trust the strategy. I know it works. So I could just let it run and I don't have to worry about it. For you, you could be a totally different person. You might be too worried about a trade and you might want to move your stop loss and profit. So it's really by person basis. It's not going to be the same thing for everyone. You just have to figure out what works for you and then be consistent with that. Because the thing is, you can either move your stop loss and profit for every trade, or you can just let it run to full TP for every trade. Either way, you'll be profitable, but you just have to be consistent with one way or the other. So let me continue this over here and see what else is going on before we continue. Varun said, I'm not doubting it. Yeah, I'm just messing with you, Varun, because I did see you the other time when you mentioned it the other day. But I'm not pointing you out. I'm just joking with you. Let me see if there's anything else here that we can look at before we continue. So GCAT over here is looking good. I think that's about it for the most part. Let me see if there's anything else that we can continue to look at before we move forward. Peter says slowly making its way back. Flint's 71% of people are short. US 30 bouncing off resistance. Xavier said, do you ever add an extra position when it goes down towards an area? Be some rejection. Usually not, Xavier. Like when I'm in a trade, I pretty much just let it run. I'm not I don't get greedy. I don't try to add extra positions. That's how people blow their accounts. Because when I enter a trade, I already calculate my risk. I go in with my full position and then I let it run. I don't like add on positions, because that's usually how people try to hedge positions and they end up blowing their account because they over leverage too high. Flynn said, let's take the emotions out of our US 30 trade. There's a reason why we have a big stop loss. It's so that we don't get wicked out on a good trade. Exactly. Yeah, everyone said, I just don't want to be in drawdown on day one. Yeah, no, I feel you, Varun. You're all right. Emma said, I was in drawdown yesterday, made up 90% of my account. Nice. Flynn said, Varun, listen to Flynn. The more emotions in trading, the worse it'll be for you. Trust the indicators, trust the strategy. It's been back tested, definitely. Yeah, Lisa said patience. Flynn said, accept that losses are part of the game. And if it's too hard, then don't look at the screen, come back tomorrow. Hold either TP or stop loss. I agree. ComCon said, are the monthly stats based on full TP? No, they're based on normal TP. I mean, obviously, if we hit TP, you'd have to count the TP. You can't just count it as a loss just because it hit TP1. So they're all based on like different TPs. But if you look at the detailed results, it has all of the numbers there. So let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. See drive.google.com. See if I can open this real quick. I'm just going to show you guys the results for our trades. So ComCon, if you want to look at the results, they're all posted on the website. It says full TP here. So you can see here, obviously it says full TP, right? Full TP, full TP, full TP, stop loss, full TP, TP1. And they're all detailed right here. If you want to see if they're full TP or whatever, they're more detailed on there. That's December. This is November. I didn't put the full TP stuff there because it's kind of common sense. Obviously right here, if it's negative 1500, that's stop loss. If it's 1500, that's full TP. If it's 750, that's TP1. But for December, I started to include that there because a lot of people want to know whether it hits full TP or not, which you can see here. It's pretty obvious that it normally hits full TP most of the time. It only hits TP1 maybe less than 5% of the time. So, I mean, that's enough to keep in mind. And that's pretty much it for that right there. Let me see if there's anything else to look at before we continue on. Let's see over here. All right, so let me continue on with this. Sam K said, hey, Shawn, when you analyze indices, do you draw your zones on the 1 hour time frame? Then higher time frames for lower and higher zones if none are available. Yeah, exactly, Sam. So for indices, I usually go off the 1 hour because the 4 hour is kind of too far off, right? Like if you're trading something like UK 100, for something like this right here, you're not going to trade on the 4 hour, right? Because it just moves way too fast. So you're generally going to be trading on the 1 hour. So I usually draw my zones on the 1 hour. You can see how much smoother it is, right? It's a smoother move, smoother zones versus the 4 hour, because you're not going to trade indices on the higher time frames. Obviously, it's just it moves too fast for you to trade something like that. So I'll usually go on the 1 hour, possibly the 30-minute if necessary. And then obviously we make our entries on the 10-minute. So you can see right here, if you have those all lined up, it helps tremendously because you're able to identify these zones and stuff. So that's pretty much how I draw my zones on for indices. And yeah, you can always go on the higher or the lower time frame to get the other zones, but generally on the 1 hour, you should be fine to pick up, whatever zone that you need to look for the most part. So let me see if there's anything else here before we continue on. Yeah, Velocity, message me on Telegram, which is so you can set up that one-on-one mentoring session with you. I'm pretty open this week, so if you have any times this week or next week, just send me the day and time, and then I'll check the schedule to see if there's an opening during that time. Let me see if there's anything else here. Thanks for responding, John. So John said the US 30 trade goes into drawdown quite often. That's why the stop loss is so wide. The best way to deal with US 30 is to take the trade and don't look at it until it hits full TP or stop loss. I agree. ComCon said, so to be sure we experience the same results, we should always secure some profit at TP1. So ComCon, I take two positions for my US 30 generally. I have one where I adjust the stop loss, and then I have one where I let it run to full TP. So in that situation, like for example here, right? I'm just going to use this for an example here because I already have it open. So for UK 100 right here, say we have TP1 at halfway. That's generally where TP1's at. Halfway right here, right? So basically when price reaches this point, use a different line. When price reaches this point, I move my stop loss to TP1 for one position. So for position one, I'm just gonna put this right here for you so you can see here, so you understand. Twin positions. So position one, move stop loss to TP, TP2, etc. Position two, run to full TP or stop loss. So, obviously right here, you can see from the results that we hit full TP for these, right? All of these right here. So for example, if you're looking at this here, for one position, we move stop loss to TP. So when price reaches TP1, we move stop loss right there. We probably would have gone kicked out here for half profit, right? So in this situation here, we get kicked out at half profit. Our position two, we let it run to full TP. So in this situation, when this runs down here and hits full TP, I end up hitting profit potential of either 1x profit, 1.5x profit, or 2x profit, right? So that's why I make so much profit, because I have like two positions running. I could lock in either one-time profit if they both hit TP, or if I hit, TP1, we can, well, if the one hits TP1 and then the other one hits full TP, I get 1.5 profit. If they both don't, so like say if it reaches TP1 and it just zooms right through and doesn't come back, then I get 2 times profit. So if you want the same results as me, this is what you would have to do. But for this point, it would be very different depending on how you want to trade it, because you have to do this every single trade, ComCon. You can't just do this once in a while. If you want to have the same results as me, you have to do this for every single trade. So, in reality, if you're running like 5 positions, this might be too much work for you. So if you don't want to put in the work, then you should probably just stick to one position. But if you want to have the same results as me, then you have to run this every single trade. And this is why I have multiple accounts. I have trades that are running on my forex.com. I have trades running on my MT4, but I'm able to actively manage them. And that's how I'm able to lock in all these profits, because I'm running 2 positions at a time. So most of the time I make 2 times profit, if not 1.5. because we almost always hit TP, right? And then obviously if you hit stop loss, you lose 2 times of a loss. But how often do we lose, right? Look at all these green right here. See how it's all green? These are all wins. So December, we had straight wins. We only had 1 day of losing trades. Everything else was a win here. So if you do the math here, you have ×2 for all of these, and then you just have a negative ×4 for these two right here. So obviously if you take every single trade and you run the same strategy that I apply here, you should have heavy, heavy profits day in, day out. This is December right here. This is November right here. See all this green? October right here. July. So obviously, you can see what's possible if you actually put in the work and lock in these profits. So even like for some of these right here, like if I hit like stop loss, it could have possibly hit TP1 first, and then I probably would have, instead of having a full loss, I could have had a half loss because I would have hit TP1 on one and I would have had a loss on the other. So I'm not sure if this confirms your question, but that's pretty much how I take my positions on here. So let me continue with these questions and continue on further. All right, Sam, cool, no problem. Bimson said your screen is so white, I couldn't see points. I don't know. Does anyone else have an issue looking at my screen? I think my screen looks fine for the most part, right? You might need a bigger screen, Bimson. I don't know if your screen might be too small. Maybe you get a bigger screen, or if you have a bigger screen, you probably can. But I think everyone else here is perfectly fine. I've never had anyone complain about the screen being too white before or being hard to see anything. Does anyone else here have issues with my screen? I just want to make sure before I continue on, because if people are having issues, then I can make changes. But I think it might be a personal issue on your end, Bimson. You might just need a bigger screen, or you need a better internet connection or something. But I think everything else looks fine here for the most part. Razul said, do we need to change stop loss? Razul, I mean, you can move stop loss if you want. It's pretty much what I've been explaining this whole time for the past, I think 20 minutes now. Razul, if you want to move your stop loss using exit strategy, you can. But like I mentioned here, I have twin positions. You can either move your stop loss in profit, or you can let it run to full TP or stop loss. I'm running 2 positions here. So I haven't moved my stop loss in profit yet because we haven't reached TP. If you want to move your stop loss in profit, Razul, once we reach TP, you can do that, but it's not necessary. You can just let it run if you want. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how I'm doing it right now. I'm not necessarily moving it at all at this point. All right, cool. So it looks like everything else is fine for everyone else. I don't see anyone else with issues on the screen, so I think we're good on there. Emmanuel said, I use a software to copy my signals automatically to MT4. It manages the stop losses automatically. Nice. So yeah, that looks, yeah, I think he's using something else from there. I think Emmanuel's using a Telegram copier, not a normal trade copier. Let me see. Mosima said, on the K2 SR indicator, sometimes the lines don't run all the way. Should I ignore the SR lines? Mosima, so if you want to send your lines all the way down, you'll go to your K2 SR, and then you'll go to inputs right here, and then change your lines length to either 500 or 1,000. This will make it go across the entire screen. So that's going to be a fix to spread it all across. ComCon said, where did that UK 100 sell come from? I'm going to buy from the backtest group. The sell was called, I think, last night, right? Or I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. So, or no, that's on the 11th. Yeah, no, actually, that was from last night, I think. Yeah, so the sell's right here, ComCon. I don't know if you're in the premium, but they called a sell here for UK 100. So they're actually in a sell for UK 100. I'm not sure if it hit full TP already, but they're in a sell for UK 100, not a buy. I'm not sure if you're in the premium ComCon, but the London group did call a sell. So I'm not sure if you're in that. It looks like it's about to hit full TP right here. Let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, Josh, there's news. So I don't know if you were following what I was talking about earlier, Josh, but there was a Trump said something. He warned impeachment was going to danger to the U.S. So this probably affected it. This happened about like 20 minutes ago, I think, when it started dropping. On top of that, we have COVID news over here as well. Yeah, okay. So there's more stuff coming out for COVID right here. There's a new update. Pfizer CEO, he is talking about expanding vaccine eligibility. And then we have Dubai and lockdown free. Oh, damn. So Dubai is now, they're kicked off UK travel. So they're blocked off for UK travel. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, guys, that's affecting the market in general. So there's a lot of COVID news right here. There's the stimulus right here that they're trying to discuss. And then Trump also, obviously, he said something. So it's affecting the market. So that's pretty much what's affecting that over there overall. But yeah, I'm not sure what exactly is affecting it more directly. Let me see. ComCon said, yeah, I'm in premium. I missed that trade and thought it hit TP already, so I didn't enter. Oh yeah, unfortunately, ComCon. So yeah, for that trade over here, I think it hit TP1, TP2. I don't know if it hit full TP yet, but yeah, I guess you just missed the trade because it happened this morning. I didn't even take it either myself. I wish I did, but I mean, we'll see what's going on with that. But all right, so let me go over this last question for you, ComCon. I think you wanted GCAD, right? So I'll pull up GCAD for you real quick. Here's GCAD. I'm not gonna redraw the zones because I don't want to mess up what we already have marked up here. But just looking at GCAD right here, I'm just gonna mark this up right here. We had a nice rejection off this point. We have a nice rejection right there. And then we have a buy signal right here. And then we had price break structure up here, right? So we have a nice rejection, a buy signal, breaking structure right here. It closed above it. And that's what I anticipate happening right here, for it to swing up to test this structure right here. But by the time it tests that structure, it's going to hit our full TP, where it can either continue up further or it can reject off this point and come back down. But at that point, we've already hit full TP. So that's pretty much my analysis for GCAD right there. Quick and simple, because I already have the zones marked up here. This will just show you, exactly what I was looking at. Rejection from this point, buy signal, breaking structure, buy entry right there. Pretty much ride this up to full TP. So that's it for GCAD. And then next up is GA over here. Same situation with GA right here. We had a rejection from this point, buy signal, breaking structure, pushed up to full TP over here. And then now if price breaks this structure up here, so price ends up breaking and closing past this structure right here, then we can take another long position right there to this next structure over here for about 95 pips. So I'd wait for price to break that structure right there. Once it does, then we could possibly ride this up from that point. So that's one scenario. Scenario one is that it breaks structure and continues up further. Scenario number two is that it rejects off this point, comes back down. So there's two different ways that can play out for this. I think for the GBP pairs though, they're all bullish. So you can see GA is bullish right there. GC is bullish. GCHF is bullish. GJ is bullish. GN is bullish. GU is bullish, etc. So with them all being bullish right there, it's going to indicate that GA is probably going to be bullish as well. So I'd probably wait for this to break structure, close above it, and then take that right upwards to full TP right here, where it can either continue up further or it can reject off this point and come back down. So that's pretty much what I see there for GA. And I think that's about it. So yeah, unless you guys have any other questions, I think that's about it for today, guys. I'm probably going to log off for a bit. I have a ton of questions here. You can see my Telegram. I have about like 17 questions to respond down here, a couple text messages. And then I've got about, I've got about like 70 emails now. So I got a ton of emails to respond to. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I will be available in the Telegram. I just have to respond to all these questions and respond to all these emails. But other than that, I think we're pretty much done for the day. So if you guys have any other questions, I'll hang around for a few more minutes, or a few seconds actually, and then we'll see if there's anything new. Otherwise, I'll keep you guys updated with all of our active positions. We have, I think our US 30 is still in some drawdown, heavy drawdown right here, but nice rejection off this point. So US 30 right there is in some drawdown. Our EN over here never filled, so we canceled this. I'm gonna take this off. Our GCAT over here is nicely in TP. It's in profit right now, about to reach for full TP. And our GN over here as well, it's pushing up to full TP as we speak. So I think everything looks pretty decent so far. I wouldn't worry about US 30, guys. You guys know how it moves. It's nothing new. We see this every single day. And we're not going to get faked out by any of those little spikes down. Those spikes happen because of news right here. But I do see it recovering at some point. If it doesn't recover and it hits stop loss, that's completely fine. We've had like 7 back-to-back wins already. So if you guys have followed our US 30 trades for this week, so check this out. We got full TP today, right here, full TP. We got full TP last week on Thursday, full TP right there. We got full TP. See, I got full TP on everything right here. Another full TP right there. We just got a bunch of full TPs, and you guys see my profits for everything, right? Profits, and another full TP on the 5th as well. So we got like 6 or 7 back-to-back full TPs. So I don't really care if it doesn't end up hitting, because we've had some back-to-back wins. And then if you guys look at all of our trades over here from everyone else, you can see that everyone here is locking in a ton of profits as well. Jermaine locked in about 15K for the month. Henry over here locked in 2,000, another 2,000 right there. Paul over here locked in about 1,000. Barun over here locked in about 700. Kasim over here locked in about 600. Tem over here locked in about 67. Uncle over here locked in about 245. Everyone in K2 is eating, guys. So if you guys aren't making profit in K2, I mean, you guys must be doing something wrong, because everyone here is profiting, literally. And if you guys have problems, just reach out to me so I can help you guys out, because literally everyone here is making profit, guys. So if you guys aren't making profit, you must be doing something wrong, because literally day in, day out, there's people. We're still on the 11th. These are all the people making profit just yesterday. People passing their FTMOs, some more profit there. And the list goes on, guys. So I think that's pretty much about it for us for the most part. Let me see if there's anything else here before we continue on. Peter said, Shawn, you should make a vlogs day in the life of a successful trader, especially when you go pick up your Tesla once it's done. Good idea, Peter. I probably will. Maybe I'll record that when I pick up my car, I think at the end of this week. And then maybe I'll just create a video for you guys. I'll probably add you guys in this video during our live streams, because I do share everyone here. So if you guys ever make profits with K2, just share them in any of the groups. And I save everyone's profits here. So you guys can see here, I have our profits from today. Jermaine locked in about 15K. And I zoom up all the way to like January 6th. KT over here locked in some profits. December 30th. Cheryl over here locked in about 700. I save everyone's profits, guys. So if you guys want me to share your guys' profits on our pages, just post them in the group and I'll save them all. And we have profits from like years and years back, guys. So, we're here celebrating all together. It's not just me profiting. Literally everyone's profiting in K2. So if you guys are new here, you guys found a new community, you guys are all welcome. And if you guys haven't already, if you guys can like the stream, that'll definitely help us continue to grow the channel. And I can continue to come on here to give you guys free trades every day. So I think that's about it. Hey, Yadin, how's it going, bro? All right, so Yadin has one question. He said, I know I'm super late. Have you already discussed Euro GBP? So I'm going to analyze one more pair for you guys before I log off for Yadin over here. And then I'm going to log off, guys. So here's EG over here. Looks like price is rejecting off this point. We have a nice rejection from this upper area right here. And then it was followed by a sell signal right here. And then another sell signal right here. So there's a lot of different rejection points. So rejection right here, sell signal, tested the structure, swung back up, rejection off this point, sell signal, broke structure right here, tested this one down here. And basically what we're waiting for here, Yadin, is we're waiting for this to close below the structure right here. So if price closes below the structure right there, then you can take another short position from this point to this structure down here, right? So that's pretty much what I see right here for this. And, you know, I probably see this dropping even further, but I mean, we'll see how this plays out. There's like no guarantee it's going to close below here. We have about 56 minutes left on this candle. And then we can determine from that point whether it's going to continue down or not. But yeah, so I think that's about it, guys. Yeah, billionaire mindset. We're still in US 30. We're still hanging on. And I'm gonna let it run. So I think that's it for the questions, guys. If you guys have any other questions, you know, feel free to email me or reach out on Telegram. You can see here my Telegram messages still piling up right now. So I have a lot of messages to get through. And I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and log off for now, guys. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will catch you guys tomorrow for the live session on, what is tomorrow? Wednesday, I think. Yeah, Wednesday. So until then, guys, I'll catch you guys later. And yeah, let's lock in these profits.